Dingle dangle, bingle bungle, yippity hoppity skippity toopity. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Nonsense. We are here, and we're going to be playing some Power Wash Simulator today. And something relatively chill. Just relax. Especially after yesterday, my god. First of all, sorry that we ended things, like, fairly early. I didn't want to. Like, I was having fun. I was enjoying myself some good old Undertale Yellow. But, yeah, I wanted to make sure that I was in a safe environment. And at the moment, like, there was some major storm stuff happening at the time. So, now luckily, it was actually pretty chill after the big wave of it. But, yeah, I've heard, like, there were a couple of people that apparently lost power. Like, this is like some major storms. Like, I got a brother who is living away from me. And it turned out he had lost power where he lives, so, oh boy. So yeah, that could have been bad, depending on, like, you know, circumstances, and whether or not the wrong tree fell at the wrong place, you know what I mean? Ah, dang it! Shush up! Ah! Why aren't you muted? Get out of here. Streamer mode. Click. I don't want to hear those noises. Cut it out. Anyway, that was my Discord. Alright. Oh, we made a new project? Nice. Thank God you were okay. I'm relieved to hear it. Oh, it was freaking... Like, it was crazy, man. Like, it was fairly safe, and I was like... I did see the electricity did sort of, like, dim at first. And I was just like, huh? What? So, like, for a moment there, I was like, oh, boy. Now, luckily, yeah, the power did not go out. Which is good, because, I didn't mention this during the stream. I mentioned it in the Discord. But, you know, I've got, like, 3D prints currently going on, and I mentioned that I'm making something for a brother of mine. So, if the power went out at that time, that would have meant that that 3D print that I had been already printing for about, like, 4 hours at that point would have failed. That would have sucked. I've seriously been considering, like, putting a battery backup on that thing just so that I can stop it in the event that the power goes out. That way it can, like, gingerly sort of, like, go into a relaxed state or something. I don't know. I don't want to go through the habit, or, like, I don't want to go through, like, the rigmarole of having multiple uninterruptible power supplies on my systems. I already have one, and it's connected to this system right here. That's kind of fun. For those people who don't know, yeah, I got a battery backup thing connected to this computer system specifically. It's connected to both the computers that I use for streaming, the one that plays the games and the one that runs the VTubing stuff. Which is neat because in the event that the power goes out, the only thing that we really lose out here is the internet. So I can still keep things going, and we don't lose any saves and things, and nothing gets corrupted, which is really convenient. Oh, you're working on making a VTuber? I'm assuming you're trying to make something in, like, Live 2D or something similar, or PNG tuber, possibly. Also, Strawberry is here. Hello! Welcome! Tried to draw a more Ink Sans-inspired drawing of a possible AU of, yeah, bit in the... What? I suck at, guys, so it's not that good. Hope you at least got a laugh out of it. Oh, no, it's fine. Oh, you're talking about that one picture you posted. No, it's fine. It's cool. Matt, whenever anybody makes any sort of, like, fan art whatsoever when it comes to me, it kind of, like, blows my mind, because I'm like, what? You spent time on that? What the hell? What are you doing? You can do so many things, and you decided to draw that? I heard VTuber and Live 2D. I am interested, says Strawberry. That is a good question. Is the Live 2D and also VTuber a thing that you're working on? Water, earth, fire, and snab. The frickin' snab noises. Alright, let us go ahead and boot up Power Wash Simulator. We have one more place that we definitely need to clean in Wonderland, and that would be the Queen of Hearts Royal Court. So let's go ahead and do that. Also, I'm hoping that I got all of the audio stuff sorted out. I made a little oopsie the other day. I was just like, oh, accidentally, I was not supposed to have certain things crisscrossed, and that's what, like, broke a few things. Hopefully that didn't mess with any of, like, the outgoing audio for you guys, because that would have been ugly. We're working on a VTuber model soon, and it's going to be 2 characters in 1 model. That's interesting. Though, not unheard of. I've heard of plenty of people that, like, they incorporate having, like, 2 separate entities in 1 model. Like, or at least, like, you know, there's a primary one and then, like, secondary. But are you talking, like, literally there's just, like, 2 entities in like, 1... Is it literally just sort of, like, multiple personalities in, like, 1 person or something? Because that's kind of interesting. Tiger Stadium. But got to go in places where people usually aren't allowed. Very nice. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Snap your pet or son. Yes? I don't know. I drew Snap, so technically you could call him my son, I guess. Canonically, no. 2 different characters. Oh, okay. Very intrigue. Alright, let me move over here. Okay. Here, I want to try this again today. I'm gonna press this button, and then we're gonna see if the capture does some weird stuff again. It did the other day. But I'm just super curious to see if it will work. Artchild, then. Okay. Here, picture-in-picture. Where'd that go? Ah! Apparently when I do picture-in-picture, my capture device does not like that. It's just like, what are you doing? Anyway. Here, let me blow this picture up real quick. That is the current print that is currently going on at the moment. Yay. It's using black filament. You can barely frickin' see it. Although, it seems the camera has pretty good exposure settings on it, like standard, so it seems fine. Can you naturally do the conductor's voice? Kinda. It's not quite like Xander Mobius's. I'm gonna get rid of that guy. There you go. You go sit over there. Fairly certain that'll probably work out, so I'm just gonna put it away for now. Ready to turn into a fish. Delicious fish. Okay, right. So let's head back over to... Oh, hey, look, seasonal specials. Anyway. Queen of Hearts Court. Only $300 frickin' dollars? How dare they? It's just like, you will make this for you will clean this for only $300. Anyway. Why is it, do we wonder, that whenever I go, suddenly everyone loses their head? Me, I'm the reason, so I suggest you get to it. Ow! Stop it! I know I'm the Queen of Hearts in this situation, but don't throw things at me. Ow, wait. Anyway, whatever it is, be quick about it. As soon as we've apprehended this Alice absconder, we'll be needing a quick and thorough trial. Can we get a picnic? Then. Makes me giggle. There you go. Anyway, I've had boba thrown at me. Okay, so, next, woo. That's cool looking. Anyway, wait a minute. Who drew that? Who was just like, haha. Classiest mustache. Queen of Hearts is a poopy head. I love that. What is happening in here? Is this some... Are these seats? They're terrible seats. God. Like, couldn't stand to give, like, maybe some... Or is this, like... I can't tell. Is this supposed to be, like, you know, an amusement park ride or something? If it is, it's terrible. Come on, chop chop! Uh-oh. I just heard the cat. Where'd the cat go? Was the cat underneath here? I'm assuming the cat was under here. Oh, well. What are these? Balls. You've barely done anything at all. I'm looking around, thank you. Have you never heard of surveying? Shut up. Oh, come on. Chop, chop. Okay, it's kind of difficult to work when you've had somebody throw a pie in your face. Ma'am. Anyway. Alright, well, I guess we will begin, I suppose. Hopefully this place will look a little less like a dump after I'm done cleaning it. Pie flavor. Cheshire Cat? Yeah, Cheshire Cat. That's unfortunate. I didn't get to see them. Maybe they're hidden somewhere else around here. I don't know. The Cheshire Cat has been like such a trolling little bastard the entire time. I kind of hope that, like, you know, there comes a point in this mod, or like maybe not mod. Sorry, there comes a point in this DLC when maybe the Cheshire Cat will show up at like a gigantic size like Godzilla. I think that'd be fun. Finally, someone who knows as the movie. Yeah, I know as the movie. I've watched a ton of As the movie, although I haven't seen the newer ones. I think I got kind of bored of the formula personally. For me, like, I don't know, like, after a while of watching way too many of them, you start to like see the patterns of, like, you know, I mean, all right, most of it is just random as all hell, but then you see like the tropes. You know what I mean? Like, you start seeing stuff like, oh hey, there's the trope thing that they're gonna turn into a music video later, or like, oh hey, there's the, like, you know, the catchphrase that they're going to be using for the entire thing. This is like, oh, hey, there's the gratuitous violence part. And, like, it's good. It's still fun. It's still funny. But you're just like, yeah, been there. I've seen it. Snap versus Empress. I don't know. I think we discussed this before, didn't we? I feel like we did. That feels like something that, like, a topic that came up earlier. It kind of depends on whether or not Empress can take out Snatcher, which I don't think Empress could. So I'd like to think that
Twinkle, twinkle, assholes.
Jesus Christ. That was loud high. Maple Leaf. Do you have anything more to say? Fair. How's it going?
Uh,
Oh. Give me a second. I need to go and check my my audio settings because I feel like things are louder than they should be. Oh, that might be why. There. Okay, lowering that a little, just a little bit.
Bean attack.
Beans! 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 Stop it! My beans. Stop attacking me with them. Beans! Anyway. So how have things been? I heard that you've had some computer weirdness.
I'm hoping I fixed it. It was running smoothly when I started Destiny 2.
What did
I'm
you
hoping
do?
it
Did
stays
you,
that way.
Did you reset your computer, or like what'd you do?
I moved a bunch of files around just so it doesn't take too much space in the crap, what's it called? Fuck.
Hard drive?
Yes.
Oh. Well, do you have a solid state drive, like, or is it like a hard drive? Basically, does it use the, you know, the platters, or is it all on chips?
I want to say platters. I'm not good at computer words, I'm sorry.
Nah, that's fine. Basically, you know, barely any computers really use, you know, the platters anymore, like actual like hard disks and stuff. Nowadays, most people have moved over to the computer chips because not only are they cheaper, they are so much faster. So, if you were interested, and also if you have the time to be able to reinstall Windows and everything on it, I would recommend, yeah, like, look into seeing if you want to move. If you have a solid state drive, you're pretty much golden. You're fine. If you don't, I totally recommend moving over. You'd be surprised. That might actually speed up a lot of things on your computer, like, substantially.
I just know that I had a, excuse me, I'm eating food. But, I was oh my god, brain, please. Anyways, I have 1 terabyte hard drive, and it was split to 3.
What? Okay.
Something
I mean,
like that.
That can be done. You can have as many partitions as you want. I don't know if you should, but you can. I don't know. I'm one of those people that I'm just like, no, one hard drive for everything. I'm just like, no partition the drive. Everything gets its own little corner. Everything gets a little hard drive. So I'm just like, no, Steam games go over here. No, here's important document files. Okay, here's where the operating system goes. I'm a little neurotic that way. Oh, you got blow pens? What? I haven't thought of blow pens in forever. Holy crap. I seem to remember that, like... Alright, ow. Stop it. Eh. You know who you are. Freaking Christ! They're brand new blow pens. I mean, like... they still manufacture them, right? Like, they have to. There's the pie. And it's just floating in midair. I need to empty your points. Who is this female vocal we are hearing? That is Maplekin. Maplekin is the artist involved with coming up with the bit Sona in the first place. Say hello, Maple. Good enough.
Goober.
Goober. I love that sound effect. There we go. Anyway. Oh, yeah, right. So I was talking about storms and stuff. I know you don't live anywhere near me, so you didn't get, like, the storm that was just rolling through.
I did get scattered thunderstorms yesterday.
Alright. So, kinda. I don't know, yesterday it was like... I got that lightning that was just constant flashes in the sky, like, unending. And you're just, like, and none of it's actually making any noise or hitting the ground. It's like the lightning is just, you know, striking in air or some crap. That was fun. So, when was the last time that you ever ran into, like, a serious storm? And, you know, what happened during that? Anything interesting?
If I had to, like, pick one that I remember very vaguely, I remember I was, like, really little. This was at my old house, but still in, like, a woodland area. I remember there was a lightning strike in the backyard, and everything turned bright and purple.
Oh my god.
And it shook the house, and I'm like, oh.
That's terrifying. Galactic, she can read. Yeah. Galactic says that you got pretty boys. I will call it adorable. Oh, yeah, okay, fine. Retaliate. How about you? All right. Okay, so anything else interesting happened during that storm?
Not much happened otherwise it being very loud because of the thunder.
I was talking to some friends online the other day, and I was complaining over the fact that for like the last 2 years here, we've had nothing but stupid drought, which has caused a lot of problems for like farmers that are out here, for people that have lawns that they need to take care of, like all their lawns have either needed a ton of watering or have just turned yellow and garbage and sad. But now we're getting the exact opposite this year, where it's just a torrent of rain. like constant rain, and like not only that, it's violent rain with storms and lightning and, you know, the stuff you don't want attached to it. So, I don't know. I don't think I like the flipped version.
Yeah. I was looking at the weather recently, and we're expected to have rains all throughout the week as well. And I'm
Anyway.
going on vacation this week.
Aw. Oh yeah, you were talking about vacation stuff. Am I allowed to know like specifics on locations or stuff?
Going up north,
Cool.
or more up northeast, I guess.
Is this like a visit thing? Going to like visit some family
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah, I'm visiting a friend.
Ooh, rad. Angie Rain bit. It's called Angie Rain. Ah, yes. The Angie clouds. How could I forget? Bit, do you have OCD? You know, I've gone and I've had tests done for a lot of things involving OCD, or well, not OCD, but a lot of random stuff. And I can tell you that no, I don't have OCD. Or ADHD for that matter, which surprised me.
That made me surprised.
I'm just like, wait, are you serious? My attention span is that of like, you know, a leaf. Are you sure about that?
I've yet to get tested for it. I am 98% sure I have ADHD, considering all my relatives have it.
Well,
But
yes.
I don't want to get. Mainly because I just don't want to get more medication than I already have.
Well, to be fair, like, you don't necessarily need to be taking medication. Like, I mean, just getting the diagnosis for ADHD doesn't immediately make doctors go, okay, you have to be on such and such pills. Like, you ultimately are the person that makes the decision on what you want to consume and take into your body. So, if you're fine without medication, I'm sure that your doctors will probably just be like, okay, great. Because for them, ADHD medication is not something that they want to just hand out like candy.
Yeah.
Mostly because a lot of the medication for ADHD is technically like lab formulated and safe to consume methamphetamine.
I might actually have to find like a good doctor if I want to get tested, because the last one I went to, because the heavy topic, I did get diagnosed with depression disorder,
Ooh, yeah.
and the first thing they say, you gotta pick therapy or medication. And I first didn't want to get therapy, so I just took medication, and gave me antidepressants, and
I honestly
It didn't
think
go
that
well.
no, I'm not going to make too much, and also not a medical doctor, so I'm not going to say anything too definitive here. Ow, freaking Christ! That was an apple, right? I think that was an apple.
this time was not me, I swear.
Yeah, I saw it was strawberry. I'm trying to have serious medical talk here. Anyway, one thing that I've learned over the course of like seeing doctors and things for all manner of random things that I've had over the years, second opinions are like worth their weight in gold. So if you have the flexibility to get a second opinion, get a second opinion. Because like one doctor, I found that a lot of doctors, they've just... All right, so a couple things. Either one, you get a doctor who's really green behind the ear or wet behind the ears, and they are like not really in tune with their job yet, and they don't really know a lot about the things they're diagnosing, and they could diagnose you wrong. And then sometimes you can get the doctor who has been in the game for way too freaking long, who doesn't really care anymore, who is just going to diagnose whatever they think most people end up having at the end of the day, and they won't look at your like individual symptoms, and they're just like, no, it's OCD, screw you, get out of my office. What you really want to hope for is you get that middle ground. Somebody who will like work with you and listen to you, but at the same time will be like, okay, look, here's the deal. Here's the facts, here's like the information, here's the test that we've run. Ultimately, like, this is what we have concluded.
Yeah,
So, like, if your previous visits were more of just like matter of fact, just like we have 100% determined that this is it, maybe ask somebody else.
yeah, I definitely need to find a better primary doctor.
Mood.
Like, she said, because she showed that she worked there for years, but I'm like, ooh.
That can not be.
Even
can be
if
a
that
bad
is
thing.
true, you shouldn't leave immediately, have medication.
I
Sure, it
did
might
have
help for some people, but for others, not so much.
I did have one like circumstance a while back. I used to go to like this one family doctor, and I had known him for like an incredibly long time. But as this guy got older in age, he kind of I don't know. It's not laziness. It's just the fact that it's complacency within his own work, and he just seen too many people too many times. And that's why I say, like, sometimes you just get really, really jaded by everything, and you start diagnosing the wrong things. Eventually, he retired, which, thank God. But for a while there, like, I even before he retired, I basically looked at everything and went, okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna go find my own doctor. I'm done going to the group family doctor that I've gone to with family and things, because I don't think they're helping me anymore. There's not much more Snap Lord that I could give. Honestly, he's a pretty simplistic character.
I'm gonna put it in a pot of boiling water, I swear. Put you in my oven!
Angry snap noises. Look at this drippy bridge. This is strange. There we go. Is this supposed to be the frosting bridge?
Speaking of Snap, recently been playing Star Stable again.
Okay.
And I think I found Snap as a pet. I know it's because this is actual purple crab you can get. I need to show you later.
Oh yeah.
But they
Please
they
show
do
me
dance.
that. That sounds awesome.
At some point, I need to show you.
Oh, purple crab. Purple crab.
And I
pet?
did.
Yes, please.
And I did get the pet because I like how he dances.
Oh, nice. Oh, that reminds me. After I'm done with doing Power Wash Simulator related stuff, you gifted me that copy of Sunhaven, and I haven't yet played it. Like, I played into it for like a very short period, and then I went, you know what? I kind of want to play this for like casual streams, or maybe regular ones for that matter.
I need to get back into Sunhaven again. It's been a hot minute, but it is very fun. It basically is just Stardew mixed in with MapleStory, which is an old game I used to play with my brother a lot.
Right. If you weren't a fan of, too much Harvest Moon related stuff that they were showing off in Stardew Valley, and if you were a bigger fan of MapleStory, you might like Sunhaven. Because it's kind of more or less Stardew Valley with even more RPG elements. I don't know. I played it for about 30 minutes. I played it, and I'm just like, I think I'm done. I think not in that I don't want to play anymore. It's that I don't want to keep playing and like missing out on doing this on stream. Strawberry says I can't invite Snap. Are you talking you just don't have the points, or is it like literally not doing it for you?
Hold on, let me try.
Oh, no points. Oh well. Oh, there he is.
Got you.
He has arrived. Thank you, Maple. He hang out. Oh. Oh, okay, so these are the backs of... I mean, that makes sense. The backs of playing cards. Wait. Would I play Indigo Park? I don't know. Like, Indigo Park is, like, one of those horror themed things, except it's got like, you know, kid friendly aesthetic stapled onto it. If I remember right, if I'm remembering this correctly.
I'm just reminded of that one audio of Rambly Raccoon, I think his name was.
Yeah.
What do you mean you bought the knockoff plush?
Right. What do you mean you bought the knockoff plush, Rambley? I love that video specifically because I don't know who did the voice, but they really sold just sounding really upset. I don't know, maybe it was like the you know, the extra little reverb in the voice, but it genuinely sounded like they were like bawling their eyes out. It's like, how dare you?
Man, if only I had like extra old thick walls so I can scream like that, but I don't. I think it's favorite thing.
I don't have that, but everybody I live with just knows that I'm a yelling moron. They're just like, yep, there he goes on his weird
That's
escapades again. So they know what the deal is. I've shown them stream clips, and they're just like, huh, okay, that's a thing. How do you think the conductor would react to this game? I think he'd get really bored really quick. I think he'd just be, you know, what? Why the peck are you going around cleaning things when you could be cleaning up the movie sets? Show's in an hour. I see too many people, like, again, even my friend, when he saw that I play a crap ton of this game, he was just like, you know, I mean, I've literally said this on several of these streams. Like, my friend was like, you know, you could just go buy a power washer, and then you could power wash your driveway. And then, like, maybe power wash the siding on your house. And then, like, you could go up to your neighbors, if you haven't had enough power washing, and just be like, hey, I have a power washer. My thoughts exactly. Here's the problem.
Sorry,
that
I just
actually
got-
requires
I just
work.
got back.
What was that?
I was away from my desk. I was cleaning my
hello.
bowl.
I was discussing the whole, like, my friend said, like, hey, why play Power Wash Simulator when you, like, could just go and buy a power washer and, like, power wash the side of your house or your driveway? And then maybe you could take that and then you could, like, go up to your neighbor and be like, hey, I have a power washer. Do you need me to clean your driveway? And then you could clean the driveway. And then you can make money that way. And
So
I'm like,
much work.
sir, too much work, and you're thinking too practically. I want to walk around in Wonderland and go Neum. I'm not thinking too much deeper than that.
I'm just trying to clean the Queen of Hearts castle. I don't want her to chop off my head, even though you don't have a neck.
I made the joke. I literally made the
Oh,
joke
fuck.
in here. Where is it? Off with my head. It's technically already off. Shrug. See, I am immune. I can go as fast or as slow as I want here.
If I ever get back into animating again, I just want to do a silly animation that your head does pop off and your body's just chasing.
Yes.
Just like
Actually,
rolling away.
Either rolling... Actually, yeah, rolling away would be funny. Or either that or just, like, bouncing them away. Boing, boing, boing.
Oh
boing,
god,
boing.
have you seen the movie Robots? Like the Blue Sky movie back in 2004?
No, I never watched the Robots movie.
Damn it!
I saw, like, previews and stuff. I don't know. It kind of gave me, it really gave me the whole, like, B-movie vibe. If that movie even came out at that time. I don't know if it did. Which one came out first? Somebody look into that. What came out first, Robots or B-movie? Because, like, one of them, I was just like, this looks a heck of a lot like this other one. And the other one didn't look that appealing. Clean.
but am I able to show you the clip I'm talking about from that movie?
Apparently, Robots came out first. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I looked up. It came out
So,
in 2005,
I don't
not
know.
2004.
Maybe it was B-movie where I was just like, man, this reminds me of Robots. And Robots didn't really impress me all that much.
Can I show you the clip I'm talking about from that movie?
Toss me the clip, but I'm a little bit wary of playing it on stream because, you know,
Okay.
copyright. Copyright bots are fierce, man. Robots is why I am so into technology. I didn't know that I had sleeper cells of, like, the, you know, fans of the Robots movie in here. Okay. Oh. Let's see. How long of a clip is this? I'm gonna mute it real quick. That'll probably help me. Oh, yeah, he was an oil can or something. There goes the legs. Do it, do it, do it. Yeah, sorry you can't see this, but, you know. Copyright be that way. Yeah, I've been like... you know what's funny? Oh. I would know since I have the DVDs a bit. Yeah, I saw you mention that, Galactic. Nice. Anyway, no, speaking of copyright, well, you know what's funny? Whenever I see, like, you know, like a new person who's, like, new to uploading stuff to, like, YouTube and other platforms, who, like, freaking gnats, get out of here. Anyway, someone who's new to uploading to platforms and then their video gets, like, copyright stricken or, you know, copyright flagged by some big name studio, and then they get on their soapbox just being like, this is bullshit, this is stupid, why big media people getting up and being jerks like this? This was all fair and fine, and like I didn't use like all of the movie, I just used a portion of it. This is stupid. And meanwhile I'm sitting there just like, I see who have learned how crappy copyright is. And how outdated it is. Because I've been fighting this fight for years, man.
Bubble Horse proclaims it utterly bonkers.
What the frig?
So, I got voice lines from Destiny 2. That was a character from Xur, and he says the most random shit. I love it. That being one of them. He says,
Even
"Where the
Strawberry's
horse
like, what was
claims
that?"
it, utterly bonkers."
Utterly bonkers. That's amazing.
There's also, hold on, let me find it again. There's also this one.
Go touch grass.
Hey. I touch plenty of grass, thank you.
Twinkle, twinkle, assholes.
I think I remember hearing that one. I think you played that one when you came in here. Also, Galactic... Oh, wait. No, Nova says, would you rather power wash Subcon Forest or Deadbird Studio? I don't think I want to power wash Subcon Forest because that place is kind of too filthy. It's a forest, for God's sake. I don't know if I want to power wash that. No. I mean, at least with something like Deadbird Studio, you have like a beginning and an end. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, yes, right. Clean the entire studio. Well, the entire studio is a lot. Subcon Forest is also a lot, but you know. It's a forest. Forest is not the easiest thing to power wash. There we go. Trying to think back on some storms that I've been in before. Still working with Cookie Run Kingdom, but I actually burned out on the game, so So weird. Becoming attracted to a new game is so weird.
Give me your money.
That happens, man. Passion 1 second and then poof, gone. I've had plenty of moments like that in my life. Where I'm just like, I'm really interested in this. Oh no, it evaporates. There's a Kyle in here.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing.
Yep. What have you been up to?
Playing X4.
Ooh.
I have been completely absorbed into the game.
Bad to the bone. Oh, speaking of which, I found that one gif of that one, like, skull. Oh, God. I wish I had it on this computer. Is that one skull that, like, deforms into, like, that smug face?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
That one's freaking great.
This one?
Let me go find it. Yeah, that one! That one!
I've seen one, but it was just Papyrus' theme.
Hold on, I'm putting this on the screen.
Ooh, speaking of Papyrus, if you ever plan on going VR chat again, I need to show you something that I found.
Oh boy.
To keep it simple, it is a Papyrus ragdoll hand puppet. Which is literally just a full-on model of Papyrus.
Oh, neat.
It's actually funny.
There we go. Yep. The skeleton appears. Bum 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 bum. Anyway, you get to take up space down here, Sir Skeleton. There we go. That's your home. Ow! Look what I provide for you people! And you abuse me. How dare you? As I said!
They make weird squeaky noises when you poke them.
Hey, look! This one has candy in it!
Bean attack.
Beans! 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 Oh, wow, okay. Tasty. Cherry. Galactic is asking if I will indulge in a small dare. That depends on the dare. I'm not gonna 100% grant, yeah, anything related to that one. Violence! Oh, hey, since Kyle's in the chat now, how were you during the crazy freaking storms the other day?
Perfectly fine.
God damn it. I mean, good. I'm happy you're safe. Oh, for me, it was just like fun little lightning show. And apparently people a little bit further from me, but not too far from me, ended up having their power knocked out. So, talking
the
the conductor's
storms
voice
hit.
for
I
a
was out and
full.
about at the time. I went to the ramen place that's around here.
Ooh, nice. Oh yeah, that's right. You showed off that one freaking picture of that ramen, and it is amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
Good God, man.
it was tasty.
I hope so. It looked very well put together, and very hearty. I dare you to talk in the conductor voice for a full 10 minutes. I care about the people in the voice call, so I'm going to say no. If I was just by my own dang self, maybe. Oh, Jade Soulbird. Hello, been a while. Have you changed your name since the last time I have seen you? Because I'm trying to recall this name. Not 110%. Also, Strawberry says, now I'm hungry. Also, fun fact, many people have asked me to do a conductor plays. And a couple things. Number one, I'm not too confident in my Scottish accent for me to be able to say that I want to do that. Number two, I don't want to end up in the hospital. Because if I have to do that voice for like 3 hours straight, something's gonna get blown out.
Scottish accents are hard.
Oh, I don't suppose you've seen a 2-mile-high child, have you? Says the king. Wait, King of Hearts. Oh, King of Hearts. That's not the Queen of Hearts. I didn't even know there was a King of Hearts. Goes by the name of
Queen of
Alice.
Sauce.
Queen of Sauce! Okay, anything more you want to say, Mr. King? Last seen in this very spot, disrupting crucial legal proceedings with a sudden and distant growth spurt. I see. So wait, why the heck am I cleaning this area? Like Alice is done and gone. What the heck, man? Late Night Productions was my old name, but I remember meeting you after the Back to the Future DLC dropped when I had the Jade name. I see. Okay. Yeah, I seem to remember somebody new showed up during the Back to the Future DLC. Yeah, hello. Well, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. I'm currently cleaning up Alice in Wonderland at the moment. And also, L. Afton says, how did you make your VTuber? Carefully. Well, first of all, person in the chat currently right now, she did the actual, like, you know, character design for said character. You know, yeah, that one. The strange red panda in the corner. And then, I took, like, some reference pictures that she made, and I said, hey, can you make me another reference picture except from the side? I will pay you for it. And then she was just like, heck yes. Oh, also, before all this happened, I went up to her and straight up asked, like, I straight up went up to her and I asked, just like, hey, would it be okay if I moved into, like, VTubing with this thing? Because most people just kind of call this canon anyway. She was just like, oh yeah, sure. All of the sound effects. Dear God.
Are we down the rabbit hole or through the looking glass?
Perhaps we're over the rainbow.
Oh man, that'd be some good DLC. Dude, Wizard of Oz DLC? Is that in the public domain yet?
I do not know.
Oh, that would be good DLC for this. I want it. I want it. That'd be so cool. What is this indent? Why? This just looks like... Oh, croquet. Oh, understood. I was just like, someone's gonna trip over that. Yippee! Anyway, but yeah, that was the starts of it. Then I got to work on things, because then I went into Blender and I built the thing from scratch, which was not easy.
Still gonna fix up the new model real quick. I have plans for it.
What?
Besides VR chat.
What are you doing? You're talking about doing model related stuff. I know that you've been modeling stuff.
I have plans for my new Maybelline model. Besides VR chat, that's on for another day.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see what you do. Oh Lord, I wish you luck on whatever research you need to do, though.
But that one thing you did send me was really helpful. If only I had that sooner.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I do plan on updating some other stuff.
That's good. For reference, for anybody who doesn't know, the other day I was working on some stuff related to this model, actually. I needed to reconfigure the model because it's currently set up in an A pose, which is basically just the arms that... You know a T pose where your arms are like out flat to the sides? Imagine that, except the arms are more pointed downwards at like a 45-degree angle. Yeah, that's what I'm currently doing. Ah, look at that. That's adorable. That's cute. Like it. I'm gonna cause another wave of embarrassment, and I'm gonna tell you I'm super proud.
Totes.
I remember when you first started out with doing the modeling thing, and I do remember you had some pretty considerable tension while attempting to try and figure that out. Oh, does somebody want me to stop praising? Do you want me to shut up?
Go away.
Anyway. Cleaning whatnot. What would you think would happen if Hat Kid tried to make their own movie? I'm imagining it would be...
Explosions.
Explosions, that's one. For some, I'm imagining like a silly home movie situation where like she just has her phone on her and is just like filming all over the place and doing something goofy with it. Something wholesome and cute, but also something like, you know, imagine Mustache Girl would probably break in and do something terrible on it.
She does an interview with every character she interacted with, like Snatcher, the mafia boss, conductor.
Right. It's like, I don't care. Get out of my forest. What did I tell you before? Have you ever
Do you
considered
fucking
having a
speak?
voice channel in Discord where fans could talk in the streams? No. Because I've been on the internet long enough to know that that's a terrible idea. Like, you don't leave the channel like that open and available on the internet because you never know when somebody... Basically, the only people that are allowed in this chat specifically are people that I am fairly certain that I can trust. Anybody else, like, you know...
Hey! This motherfucker got them fake keys!
I gotta get out of here!
Sorry.
Sorry. Actually, that's a good punctuation point. I can trust her. So imagine what would happen if I put that open to the wild. Chaos. Complete and utter chaos. Scared it'll get too chaotic? 1. 2, also, I know that the internet is filled with a lot of people that like to say terrible things that could potentially be, you know, Twitch TOS sensitive. And I don't want that. I care about the current platform I'm on. I'm thinking far enough ahead in advance with that one. To be fair, I've relaxed on my rules considerably since, like, the early days when I was really stuck up. Where I was just like, no, everything locked down. No chat on the screen. I don't want someone saying something nasty on my stream.
Dingle bongle, dingle dangle, yickety doo, yickety da, ping pong, lippy tappy toot.
Lippy tappy toot, exactly. Yay! Hooray! Literally, most of my models are 3 megabytes, and my heavily animated breathing model is 20 megabytes. That file is called Mr. Lag My Laptop. That's amazing. I love that. Oh, the other day,
Destiny.
so you know that I've been doing some work on that that Bitcoin thing, right? Or, you know, the bit doubloon, so to speak. Recently, so in order for me to actually do the modeling for that, I'm not very good when it comes to actually working with modeling. At least, like, you know, not at this point. At least, like, you know, what's a good way to put this? I'm better at making stuff in, like, Photoshop and stuff like that. I'm not really good at, like, making model stuff from scratch. So I kind of shortcutted it a little bit. And instead of making models in Blender from scratch from all of the, you know, for all of the coin faces, all the coin faces are going to be flat anyways. So I went like, you know what? Let's just do a little trick where I'll make the picture out in Photoshop, and then I will export the photo, drop it into Blender, and then do this interesting little trick where, freaking Christ, I'm trying to explain things technical. Are you bored? I see you're bored. Yeah, the answer is yes. Can I do DJ Grooves? I wish. That is not a voice that I'm capable of.
I would ask my buddy Scraps to do it because he makes a pretty good Grooves impression.
Duh. I can't hit the depth. You know what I mean? The depth is missing. I want to be able to hit the depth, but I just can't. Anyway, so the way that I did the coin face was I basically made a big old 2D plane, and then I subdivided it many times. And what I mean by that is I basically just added more like checkerboard geometry and like, expanded it out more and more and more until it was, basically a lot of pixels on one single 2D plane. And then I set it up to like extrude the white parts of the image and, exclude the black parts of the image. And so then it basically made the 3D shape. And then after that, I just cleaned up all the, all of like the vectors and all that stuff and actually made it clean and look nice. And also made it so that it doesn't make my computer explode. Because let me tell you, this method, you only do this when you have a computer that's capable of doing it. I guarantee you if like... Mapley, what kind of computer do you have? Like, I'm assuming you have a fairly good amount of power behind you.
A power enough to play games.
That might be enough. Well, I'm just imagining, Strawberry was talking about the fact that their laptop would explode, or, lag in the event that they use their, like, what was a 10 meg model? I'm imagining if I tried to do this on your laptop, your laptop would probably start smoking. Even on my beefy freaking computer, like, I set up the process to actually make all of the, all of the vectors and all of the meshes. And then my computer just sort of freezes for about, like, 10 minutes. Considering the fact that my computer is good. So that should tell you something.
I want to say below of beefy, but above then crappy. Just right there, right in the middle.
What was that?
I said if I had to guess my computer quality, it's below really beefy, but above really shitty.
Midway's then. Yeah, Midway's good. Midway gets the job done.
Mine's somewhat beefy.
Yeah, but you're dealing with some weird computer gremlins that nobody can identify.
Yeah. That's par for the course when it comes to gear that I have.
It's a strange mystery, and I wish we could uncover it. All our food keeps blowing up!
Why does the food keep detonating?
I don't know, like, so fast food like commercials, hit or miss with me. But like the Arby's ones tend to like be pretty good. What the heck you posting in here? Ah, by God's light I smite you. hold on, we're unmuting that.
By God's light, I smite you!
I love Gianni. Gianni's great. There we go. I gotta go. Well, thank you for coming into the stream. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much to Galactic. Oh, yeah. So, back to what I was thinking about with the whole storms things. So, I remember one of the biggest storms that I remember being in a long time ago. It was a storm where, like, me and my family were just, watching the chaos unfold. And it was just, like, a constant torrential downpour of rain that, like, just kept on happening for about pretty much a full day. Like, it was just a constant sheet of water that was coming down all day. To a point where, like, the water line outside of the house ended up, like, inching directly towards the house and ended up hitting. And then we ended up losing a basement for that. So, that sucked.
Ew.
But I do remember one of the funnier things is that I don't know which neighbor it was, but I guess one of our neighbors had, like, a basketball. And the storm had picked up their basketball and then, like, lifted it and like the current just carried it over to our yard. And nobody ever came around and asked for a basketball. So we just kind of shrugged and said, mine. It's like, why not? It's ours. If somebody wants it that badly, they can come and get it.
Can you send the screenshot I took a while back when I was on VR chat?
Okay. The white rabbit. Terrifying.
I love the Jollik.
Oh, freaking Christ, that thing. I don't like it. It has actual flesh. This disturbs me very greatly. Blug. And for those people who don't know what that was a VR chat model of a Dalek, except it's made of skin.
No, not the Dalek. The Jollik. The J.
The Dalek. Yes. It is flesh and organic. I've been playing Luigi's Mansion 2 for a bit now, says Strawberry. Oh, nice. So have you played the original one that came out on the DS, 3DS? And if so, is this one any better than the other one, aside from just the HD upscale? I kind of want to know. Because there are a lot of people that are being really critical about that. No. Oh, no. Okay, well. Maybe Nintendo shouldn't be releasing video games for, like, full price. Despite the fact there's no difference. Multiplayer, but I don't care. I love the game, though. Oh, that's good. No, I saw this one sketch that somebody posted in one of the Discords I'm in, and it was just, what Nintendo thinks of re-releasing games nowadays. And it's just like, okay, so here's an old RPG that we haven't touched in years, $60. Here's an RPG from the from a different from a different genre that we also haven't touched for years, $60. There's like, okay, well, how about these 3 games that we're literally just going to, they're 3D Mario games that we're just going to port onto one console, $60. There's like, what? Okay. Here's just, an HD port of something that was on the 3DS with absolutely nothing else added to it. $60. What? I was just like, oh, okay. An expansion to a game that we've had out for a very long time, and that's literally nothing but just an expansion. $70. Like, I'm sure they're good games, but yeah, it's kind of goofy sometimes where you're just like, yeah, been there, done that. Can you make another game, please? If I can go out and buy this exact same game for like $20 on like the used market and like play virtually the exact same experience, albeit maybe a little less high fidelity, I can lower the price a bit. Gotta go get the Dark Light. Yes, I am at the beginning still. See, I never played Luigi's Mansion 2, or 1 for that matter. I just never got around to it, or never felt like it.
I never played Luigi's Mansion either. I want to.
He's good, according to Strawberry. I don't know. I just was never really interested in it. It's like, oh, funny plumber man with a vacuum. Okay. I mean, if that's somebody's jive, all right, cool. Not going to make too much fun of that because, hey, weirder stuff has happened with Nintendo, okay? On the exact same console, they had a funny plumber man that also had a water backpack. Snap versus Disney. Didn't we already say, like, just take Disney and throw, like, if you have to put Disney in any sort of a fight scenario, Disney wins. End of story. Full stop.
Also, I sent you something in the DM.
Oh yeah?
Is
What
it-
is? Click to throw the goober. I love that video. It's like, whee! And it's gone.
Here, I'm listening to the memes.
Up becoming 2 miles tall in the middle of a trial is really one of the rudest things that you can do. Now, this place makes very little sense. I would have put her on trial herself, but the knave had stolen a tray of tarts. Meow. That, as you know, is the absolute #1 rudest thing you can do anywhere. I could think of a few other ruder things, sir.
Being
Disney
attacked.
versus Disney.
Beans! Beans! Beans!
I think we talked about this before, I swear to God. And I'm pretty sure we said, you know, in some technical way, like, Disney kind of owns everything, so in one way or another, there probably was a scenario where a Disney-owned company ended up suing a Disney-owned company. So, it had to happen, man. Somebody had to do that.
Eris, get your rock off my map.
Oh. Here we go.
I believe among your people it is customary to shake hands. Just a little wraith humor.
I don't know why, but that clip particularly, like, reminds me of, the Orville. I don't know why. I'm so happy that there's, like, a meme. There's a meme going around right now with the Orville, and yet, unfortunately, like, nobody even remembers that it's from the Orville.
Twinkle, twinkle, assholes.
Twinkle, twinkle. Disney doesn't own YouTube yet. That's the key word. Yet. Disney doesn't own YouTube yet.
Fear.
But they will. You know, somehow, some way, they will. I know they've owned, like, you know, channels and makers on YouTube. So that's a thing, I guess. Frickin' SpongeBob. Okay. You just have the goofiest freaking soundboard ever, dude. Don't you? But they won't. I don't know about that. See, here's the thing. So, I don't know. It kind of depends on just how long YouTube... Well, here's the thing. Google needs to continue to see, like, you know, YouTube being lucrative for business. If there was ever a time where Google made the decision, they're just like, you know what? This isn't worth it anymore. We're done. We're done with the YouTube. I mean, who are they going to drop it off with? I don't know. It has to be a company that's just as big as them, if not bigger. So why not Disney? It would suck. I'm not saying it should happen.
I do believe I might hop off for now and go cleanse, and then probably hop back on Destiny 2 for a bit.
Okie dokie. Sounds fun. Enjoy video game.
Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.
Got a quick question for you, actually. What does it mean when it says launch the train?
And
What? Oh,
It's like, well, I was sleeping. What?
I was away from my computer. I was in the other room, but I heard you.
Ah. Then you heard the chaos.
That too.
Look at this melted frickin' domino. What the hell? Frickin' strange. Oh, this is a domino box. I see. Oh, it took me a while to figure that out. Now I know. God, it's scuzzy as hell. Miku is owned by Disney. Is that the case? What company owns Miku? Because I know Miku is like, you know, made in Japan, but I'm curious where, like, oh, you know, Disney owns Miku thing. Because here's the thing. You can have crossovers. Like, crossovers are a thing that can happen. Hi. Hi, would you? Didn't you say you were going somewhere? No, I'm going to keep on bullying you over here. I have your weekly free donut delivery. Oh, really? The donut is super fantastic. Sweet berry surprise whispers. The surprise is I lost the measuring spoon in the baking mix. Yes, I wanted to choke on a spoon today. I thought you were going to say, like, you know, I dropped the spoon into the baking mix, and it was absolutely filled with cyanide. I don't know why I was measuring out cyanide at the exact same time, but you know, things happen.
I am about to enjoy the last piece of candy that I got from Kelly's Candies on my vacation.
Ooh. Oh man, Kelly's Candies. I seem to, yeah, I remember. I think I bought something from them at one point.
Yeah, you ordered something from them.
Yeah,
They won't
yeah.
ship in the summer though.
Makes sense. I don't know. I think I stopped buying stuff from them around the time that they required everybody to make like you know, an account with them. After that, I was just like, I don't need to make a separate account just so that I can buy freaking candy.
Yeah.
Let me do guest like checkout, or no. But anyway, what did you get? What's the last candy?
Chocolate covered Twinkie. I have fond memories of this thing.
I don't know how I feel about this. On one hand, I'm just like, ooh, oh, that sounds like absolutely delicious. But then on the other hand, I'm just like, oh. My heart stopped.
Tasty.
It's like cholesterol. There we go.
If this kills me, it'll be worth it.
If he dies, he dies. There we go. What even is this? Oh, evidence table plate? Evidence table? What the frig? Okay, fine. Most unstable evidence table I've ever seen. This is a madhouse. I think the candy that I tended to get from them was actually, yeah. Can you send me a link to their website, or like, you know, just, you know, message of like the phonetical name? Was it Kelly's Kitchen or whatever that?
Yeah, Kelly's Candies Kitchen.
I'm never gonna remember that. So yeah, send me a DM with that if you don't mind. Because I'm going to check their website and see if they've changed it since then and, you know, allowed for you to be able to check out as guest again. I certainly hope so. For their sale's sake, I certainly hope so. Introducing the pencil. You can write with it. You could fix your mistake. And you can... What else can you do with a pencil? Still confused on how a being made of water eats food, and how you digest it, even if you're like made of a bunch of microscopic creatures, the water, okay, in the water, the creatures still need food. I think you're thinking a little bit too hard on this. I'm a fanciful water elemental being. In actual lore sake, yeah, okay, let's just say that my food is water. Da 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 da. Tasty. But if I stuck to complete canon while I'm doing my streams all the time, I think it would get very bored. It'd get very boring. Just be like, oh yes, right. I have to specify that yes, I am water elemental. Cannot eat. Cannot technically actually chew. These are not real teeth. I think we'd all lose our minds. Let's be real. Anywho, it's got to go now, says Maple. Again, have fun! Enjoy your time. Also, I just noticed. Yeah, king, queen. Nice. Very artsy-fartsy. Thank you for sending that. See, I don't know. I've seen some videos recently talking about, you know, Amazon and the whole fact that, like, Amazon has... I mean, it's been kind of crap for a while, but it is very increasingly becoming more and more crap. Like, Amazon has basically become AliExpress. I mean, not 100%. But they're getting to a point where, like, if you're going to buy something from them, especially, like, an electronic, you might have a safer time just getting something from AliExpress. Or at least, like, more or less the same amount of safety.
But drone blimps!
Drum blimps? What the heck's a drum blimp?
Drone blimp.
Oh, drone blimps? What the heck's a drone blimp?
Doesn't Amazon have, like, 2 of those?
Oh, I remember they were teasing that at one point, but I don't think they do. I think, I don't know. I don't think they ended up going through with any of those plans. It was a really cool idea on paper, but I think in practice, I certainly hope that in practice they realized, oh yeah, that's really impractical and doesn't actually work, and nobody's gonna be able to get anything from that blimp, and like, you'd have to feel that blimp eventually. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of just a work in progress, or, you know, a concept art kind of thing where they're just like, think of the future. The future is here. The future is now. We are Amazon. Actually, that reminds me. Were you in here when I was talking about the turnout for that whole, like, Amazon automatic store thing?
Not sure.
I don't remember if you were. But you know about that Amazon automatic, like, convenience store, right?
Negative.
It is a convenience store that is just absolutely covered in security cameras. And also, it's running software that it can identify and recognize you, and recognize where you go, everywhere in the store, whatever you move. It can tell when you, like, look at items and when you grab items. It can tell when you put them in your grocery cart. And then when you put those items in your grocery cart, it automatically sets up an Amazon cart for you. And then once you've gotten all of your items, you can take them and you can bag them up however you want. Or you could just straight up take them out of the convenience store. And then you can leave. And then Amazon just automatically bills you for whatever it is you took out of the store. So it's kind of like the apex of convenience stores of, you don't even need to check out. Just come in, grab a bottle of water or whatever the heck you need, and then go. They were pitching this idea for, like, quite a long time, and it got a lot of buzz on the news, and people were really, really excited about it. But recently, it was revealed that it was entirely a sham. They don't actually have that software. They can't identify people from like their faces. They can't like automatically do that with software and computers and things. The reason why it worked so well is because they had a whole bunch of like, you know, offshore labor from like India and people monitoring these security monitors 24/7 and like putting together carts for people just, you know, as they watched them. So they basically they paid a bunch of people in India to be you know, shopper watchers, just so that they can put in the like the illusion that somehow the computers were all doing it. Scumbag.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, oh look, we're living in the future. We're so 3008. No, you're not. No. You're just really, really good at putting up window dressing. BRB, very nice. I think we talked about Senryo characters and before, and man, I don't know. I don't know nearly enough about Senryo for me to actually have a favorite character. And I don't want to be generic and just be like, Senryo! Because, I mean, who doesn't love Hello Kitty? Come on. I want to find the one person on this earth that would look at Hello Kitty and just be like, no! Ew! Bad! Awful! Terrible stuff! I was like, shut up. Nova says cinnamon roll. I think I know about cinnamon roll. If I remember correctly. Oh yeah, we were talking about cinnamon roll, wasn't it? Isn't that like that white cloud dude? Basically cloud god. Doom bam dee dee. There we go. Child of the sky and the sun. Ah, there we go. That's the thing. Oh yeah, and not a god. It's just, you know, child of the clouds and the sun. Sky and sun, rather. What a tiny little fluff ball that thing is. There we go. Okay, how are we doing? There's a bunch of hidden skulls all throughout the corner here. Get out of here. Yeah! Melt! His siblings are clouds, and he used to be one. Interesting. but he decided just like, you know what? Nah, being a cloud's lame. I'm going to become a... What was it? Puppy? Dog? I think it's dog. I keep getting... I keep getting thrown off by, like, the gif down there of the skull. I keep on thinking, like, is that someone talking? Oh, no. It's a dead thing. It's a skull. Hello, Mr. Scally. Hey, puppy. Okay. What's something a water elemental can't do? Can you taste, or are you cursed to never feel that sensation? I'm going to say that, no, I think a water elemental can taste in some capacity. I think just like a human being, like, you know, a water elemental will have things like a sense of touch, a sense of taste, a sense of smell. The only difference is that a water elemental has them in, like, different capacities and they work slightly differently. But they can still do them. You know, it's just a case of, like, the physiology is slightly different, but it does the exact same kind of thing. I dropped my phone in milk.
No!
Ew. That is disgusting. I think I remember one time I think I was taking a bath and I was just having a luxurious time enjoying myself in the bath. And I was listening to like an iPod 4th generation. And then I accidentally dropped it in the tub. And I was just like, well, damn it. And I seem to remember that those things were water resistant. But, you know, they don't nearly have the type of water resistance that, like, modern phones and devices have nowadays. So, it did ended up having major little quirks afterwards. Whoopsies. Don't judge me. I got scared of my notification. That's the point of a notification, though. A notification is so that it can get your attention and make a noise and go beep beep. I feel it defeats the purpose if you get scared by it.
I got one that scares me every time an enemy gets within proximity.
And what is that? Burp. Jesus.
Proximity alert. You can set those custom ones, and I went for the loudest and boisterous one to let me know when I'm near an enemy.
I suppose if you need to know right away.
It's at least attention getting.
I remember growing up, I used to use the DS's alarm system, which is interesting because the DS's alarm, it had this function where it would start out. First off, it was shrill, really ridiculously shrill. But I remember it like it also started out kind of quiet. You know, like it starts out like at a slightly lower audio, and then as time moves on, it just keeps on getting higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. And so by the end of it, it's just like and I remember like that used to like put panic into me every single morning because I'm just like, oh god, get to my alarm quickly before it does, you know, it makes a whole bunch more noise. It's like this thing's gonna become a bomb in about like 20 seconds. Oh, my notification's just me screaming? Okay, that is all your fault. And also, I'm apparently like I am the reason for why you are scared of your phone. That seems like not a great thing.
Sounds self-inflicted to me.
Good, Jorb. I keep on getting stuff thrown at me. Thank you, Strawberry. I appreciate the brain damage. Also, I'm taking a look at this. Something tells me that the Royal Order is not as strong on one of these. Arr. One of these things is not like the other. One of these people is whipped. I just love that idea. Just like somebody sitting down, eating a bowl of Cheerios or something. And the device just starts screaming at them. And you're just like, what happened? What? Why? There we go. What a dinky little chair. How tiny is your husband? Okay, there's that. Curtain behind still needs a little cleaning. Ew. Throne is done. Heck yeah, boy. Look at this regal garbage. It also looks really kitschy and bad, though. Like, it looks regal in the bad way. You know? It's like somebody that has zero taste whatsoever who thinks, like, oh, this is what royalty is. I know. I'm gonna have my head chopped off just for saying it. But it's true, man. It's true. If I have my head chopped off for being right, well then so be it. I'm just reminded of that one quote, just like, why? Hey, just like, why are you booing? I'm right. Whenever I hit the default alarm, I get genuine whiplash. It can even just be a background noise in a cluster of noise, and my brain will single out the alarm before suffering intensifies. Oh God, yeah, right. I'm trying to think of some good examples. I tend not to use like the default alarms on my stuff just because a lot of people tend to go for default alarms, which is weird. Because like whenever I get a new phone, the first thing that I want to do is I want to go and customize that thing. I want to just be like, I want to make it make all the funny sounds that I like. So it's weird for some people to just be like, nah, default's fine. Default's good. He's like, why? Default is not good. Get yourself something custom, man.
I remember my alarm for a long time was Glorious Morning from Waterflame.
Yeah, I remember that one. Doot 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 doot. God, Waterflame. What is Waterflame doing right now? If they're not like a star in music composition, then something is wrong with the world. Kata boo. Stop making stuff invisible. Bad boo. Kaya. No spook.
Because I think it's funny.
Yarny says, how can you get your head chopped off when it floats? Exactly.
Don't worry about it.
Nova is asking if they can have a notification from both of us. I'm gonna mute my music real quick. I don't know. You make a notification noise.
Ah.
Good. Yep. There we go. No, that's it. That's the notification.
Oh no. What have I done?
Eh?
What?
What? You already have my notification, and it's a funny, it's a funny scream. But I don't know. Do you want something that like won't make you like freak out? I also learned that my alarm has ads. What are you going on about? What alarm are you using? What app are you using to do alarms? Why are you using an app to do alarms? I need more info. Huh? What in the name of capitalism is going on here?
Oh, that was most unfortunate.
What happened?
There was I was watching my radar. I've got some satellites set up near some shipyards so I can understand what their needs are and can make a profit by shipping. Shipping.
Make a profit by shitting. That's called shitting on company
shipping
time,
them
sir.
the stuff they need. Well, I just checked the radar near one of these stations, and I noticed it was under attack from another faction. And I'm just watching the outlines of this freighter just float between this entire fleet as it rapidly loses shields, rapidly loses health, and then its blue icon turns gray.
Oh, no.
Like, oh, that's most unfortunate.
Well. Oh, well.
Well, someone's going to be buying a new freighter soon, so I better start shipping some hull parts. I am not doing great today.
Hell parts. No, it's okay. You're working on Mars. That's a Doom reference.
It's amazing.
Mars is amazing. Nova is asking for a ringtone. As a meme, do you know Bring Bang Bang Born? That song? Just find the isolated Bring Bring and make that your ringtone. I know that the meme is dead. Let's be real. That song's been out for a long time. But, song's still a banger. I think it'd be funny if somebody used it as their actual ringtone, though. A simple free alarm app on my phone. I feel that an alarm application shouldn't have ads. I don't know. I don't know if I'm okay with that.
I have a problem with this.
Strawberry says, I love the description for the next level. Clean up those darn spider webs. They're blocking our progress, and they ruin the furniture, and they're just plain gross. Agreed. Spiders are icky. But they also eat all the other bugs. So, you know, I'm bros with the spiders. Here's a good ringtone. Peppa Pig snort. I think that'd be funny, yeah. Oh god, I just recently watched the, speaking of Peppa Pig, just recently watched the YouTube poop, from Death Things, and it's the Peppa Pig one, the more recent Peppa Pig one. I don't know if they made it anymore. God, that one is great. Off to Windy Castle. We're at Windy Castle. Where should we go next? How about we go to Windy Castle? Windy Castle. Peppa and his friends arrived at Windy Castle. Oh, it's a lovely day. Why don't we go to Windy Castle? Windy Castle! My ringtone is stuff from Spirited Away. Okay. Neat. My current ringtones at the moment, my text notification is, actually, I have two, basically, my phone has the notification sound effects from Undertale. So, the ring sound effect and the text message sound effect are both Alpheus's phone. And just like the phones in general from Undertale. So, you know, the ring sound effect, you know, burp, burp, that one. Yeah, I have that as my ringtone.
I've got the Zealot sound from StarCraft.
Zealot sound?
My life for hire.
Oh, yeah, right. I've heard that one several times.
My life for hire.
Well, I used to. Now that I got a new phone, I haven't messed around with it.
Okay. I think the reason why I went for the Undertale ringtone is because it's kind of innocuous. It's like one of those things that you don't really tell. Like, you can't really tell that it's anything on, like, first sound. But, like, you know that anybody who's a massive nerd is, or anybody who is, like, within the Undertale fandom will be walking along, and they'll hear my phone go off, and they'll go, where? I smell Undertale. And it makes me happy. My ringtone is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon call sound you get when Egad calls you. Nice. Bo yelling. I don't know the character Bo, but awesome. Okay, what else am I missing here? Anything? Well, there's all the plants. God, what are these flowers going to look like once I finally clean them? They don't look too bad, but maybe they're going to look like completely rainbowy when I'm done. Couldn't tell you. This place is a disaster. Arguing with a friend, wait, huh? To not go live because I want to watch you. Oh, I mean, don't do that. Like, their timetable should not be based around whether or not I'm live. That's not nice. People should be allowed to go live whenever they want to. Be nice to them. I know you want to watch, like, you know, you want to watch, like, one particular person. But, you know, The world doesn't revolve around one person, you know? He's not just me. Be nice to a friend. Allow them to go live. And I don't have any problems if you go and you like visit your friend's stream either. Like, that's fine. It's good. Be nice. Ah, frig. See, I'm trying to be nice here, and meanwhile you're just like, toss all of the funny things. These are the funniest freaking bunnies, I swear. Whoops. Hand slipped. Lost my duck. Let's see. I'm gonna put you over here for now. Because I don't need you at the moment. Okay. I've cleaned up a good portion of the ground. How much more until the ground is, like, completely clean on this side, I wonder? Can't be too much more. Dum bum 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 bum. Hey, nice. Okay, well, what about over here? Kind of want to take care of the ground stuff first, and then I'll take care of all the funny knickknacks. Give back my duck. I would if I had the ability to, like, reverse a throw. I don't. I didn't think that far in the programming. They want me to show my face, but I don't want to. Then don't. But by all means, if you do not want to show your face on the internet, then don't. Don't let anybody peer pressure you into doing that. Like, that is your choice and your choice alone. And honestly, you know, this ties back to, like, some internet safety related things. Sometimes you don't want people to know what your face is on the internet. Sometimes you'd like that to just be nice and anonymous.
Or wear a helmet.
I don't know if that would help, but okay. Protect yourself
Deadmau5
on the
did it
internet.
because he didn't want to look at a crowd.
Oh, Deadmau5? Well, I mean, I guess there's like an aesthetic thing. I don't know if I mean there's also like a brand related reason as well, like for why Deadmau5 does that.
And then you had those other two musicians. The hell were the names? Better, Faster, Stronger. The people who made that song.
Oh, Daft Punk.
Yeah. They
Also
wore helmets.
Marshmello. I know Marshmello wears that marshmallow hat thing. There we go. God, I miss Daft Punk. I know they were around for a really long time, but it's almost like any time for them to leave would have been too early. Especially like, oh my god, they left us with some like straight up bangers at the end there. Like, they made Get Lucky. Oh my god. You make Get Lucky and then you just leave? How dare you do this? And it's interesting seeing like a group like Daft Punk get the kind of like, you know, it's strange because I always kind of saw them as kind of indie but also kind of not at the exact same time. You know, like they showed up in movies and things, and also you know, they partnered up with a lot of different stars, and you know, they used a lot of very famous samples, and also a bunch of people part of like my youth at least talked about them. Talked a heck of a lot about Daft Punk. So it's kind of weird to think this is like that, you know, I feel like they were kind of underground, but I also kind of feel like they weren't. Weird dichotomy there. Conductor versus Barnaby on a comedy show. Oh, Barnaby would win. No question. Conductor's not a comedian. Of course he wouldn't win that scenario. I know he'd probably try and, like, threaten Barnaby, but honestly, Barnaby would just throw even, like, Actually, wait a minute. Which Barnaby are we talking about? Are we talking the Ghost Owl Barnaby, or are we talking Barnaby from Welcome Home? I think we need some clarification on that one. Love Ghost Owl. Yes. Hug the Ghost Owl. Welcome home. Okay, yeah. No, Barnaby would win. Because Barnaby B. Beagle would just throw nothing but more and more puns. And maybe it's just the fact that he slightly sounds like the canon voice of Sans in my head. Maybe like a goofier Sans, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not exactly. Tough crowd. Tough crowd. Sans. Do-dee-dee-deet. And there's that. Huh. There we go. Nice and clean. There. Now, what's the latest news when it comes to stuff relating to like both Welcome Home and also Billy Bust Up? Honestly, I don't know. Don't. You will summon the Sans Undertale. Is this like drinking the Sans potion at 3 a.m.? I drank the Sans potion at 3 a.m. and Sans Undertale showed up at my door. Oh my god, guys, it is the actual Sans Undertale. It is the SNES undergarment.
That was a significant loss.
Oh, what'd you do?
One of my large transport ships blew up.
Ah, dang it.
There's got to be a way to blacklist these hostile sectors.
Lost cause, do not go. There we go. And I'm back here at this bridge. Ding ding. Very nice. Ooh, this place is looking so much prettier now. All the, you know, all the trinkets and stuff are terrible, but, you know, we're doing good. Would you ever play the Hat in Time mod? We talked about this before too. Am I in Groundhog Day? We've had several things that like I believe I've talked about before, and the answer is yeah, of course. There we go. Want to know something funny? I know someone who has a pet skunk. Yes, you can have a pet skunk in Canada. I have heard that you can actually like have like the stink gland involved with skunks removed. If I'm remembering correctly.
Yes, you can.
I think it's I don't think it's that unheard of to actually have a skunk. Like some places allow you to do it.
That's got to be disconcerting.
In what way?
You're flying around the front of a ship, and all of a sudden it's huge, medium-sized guns are trained on you as you're floating by.
Pay no mind to me, citizen.
Don't mind the
Do not
guns. The
interact
computer
with
just auto-targeted you for some reason.
Oh no. Kippy says, I remember hearing that skunks used to be domesticated by First Nation people, but I haven't ever looked into it. Interesting. I don't know. It's not that unheard of or that crazy for, domesticated skunks to be a thing. Technically speaking, like, there are a lot of animals that you can potentially, maybe not completely domesticate, but you can have a better chance, or at least a higher chance of them being domesticated. I've heard of, not squirrel. Okay, actually, I think I have heard of squirrels that have been, like, slightly domesticated. And raccoons. Some animals have better temperaments for it. Yep. Pets must have the sink removed, and it can be a local species. Also, pigeons used to be domesticated. They are all technically feral. Yeah, right. Pigeons were domesticated. And then we were just like, I don't know.
We got
don't really need
telephones
carrier
now.
here.
We don't need pigeons.
Yeah, so it's like, what the heck are we sending carrier pigeons? Who gives a shit? Borb. I think it would have been interesting to have a carrier pigeon. Hello, there's a Nova in here.
Hi, am I too late?
No, we're currently talking about carrier pigeons.
Cool. I'm video
I don't know.
editing.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, you were talking about some video editing stuff you were doing.
Yeah. I'm working on a video about my Gravity Falls fan game.
Yeah,
Part 1 is done. I am a good ways through part 2 right now. I wanted to finish them both before I upload either one, because I'm just that kind of person where if it's like, I need to finish the whole, even if it's 2 parts, I gotta finish the whole thing first.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing, so that you're not, keeping people on the hook and just making them wait eternally for you to finally have the video out.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
better to have a guarantee like this is definitely coming out next week.
Yeah, for sure. Because my plan is, once I upload part 1, I upload part 2, like, 24 hours later.
Oh, good stuff. That'll be good for the algorithm.
I
The
hope so,
algorithm's being like,
because
"Oh, look."
I've hard pivoted my content because on my channel, because there's nothing Shadowverse to talk about until next spring. So
Okay.
here's a a fan video game for a Disney cartoon. Kind of
Yeah, that works.
something completely different.
Let's see.
But hopefully folks will find it interesting regardless.
No, I hope so.
It's a project
I mean,
I have
a
the
lot of
culmination
people
of
are
about
currently-
8 years. What? Sorry.
A lot of people are talking about Gravity Falls at the moment, so
Yes, that's why I'm like, okay, if
That
there was
might
ever a
hit a
time
certain that might hit a pop culture
to give
vein.
this project its Viking funeral, then it's now.
Viking funeral. It feels like that sometimes.
I mean, it's not. I'm not killing it. I'm just like, I just could never make the second half of the game, so I'm doing the next best thing and doing this fancy video explaining all what would have happened. And it's basically doing the second half is just like, here's a video with me narrating the story, and here's all the art that was going to be there, and all the music, and that sort of thing.
Strawberry says, Nova, have you seen the book of Bill Cipher? Knowing
I
Nova
read it,
and
and after I read it, I did not eat or sleep or take a break. For 15 hours, I worked on a thing for 15 hours straight without stopping to eat or sleep, and then I collapsed.
Jesus.
It was 10 out of 10. Would let Bill fry my neurons again.
I was just gonna say, knowing Nova, if somehow Nova had not seen the book of Cipher yet, I would have been very
I
concerned and
pre-ordered the
disappointed.
day Alex Hirsch announced it. And I paid like $20 extra to get the book delivered to me the day after it released.
Oh, there's a good question. Have you scanned the barcode?
I have been hanging around the Gravity Falls Discord about all of the code to get the inside scoop on all the codes. So yeah, I've gotten to look at all that.
There's some crazy ARG going on stuff. I have or stuff. Going
Yeah,
on,
I
too.
just got a ping about that right now. Jason Ritter, Dipper's voice actor, isn't on it. He's like playing up that he's like possessed by Bill.
Of course.
It's pretty entertaining.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
There we are. Trying to think. When was the last time that I like paid close attention to a good ARG? Honestly, not really. I don't really pay attention to many ARG related things ever.
I mean, nothing will ever top Cypher Hunt, but Alex is still trying.
Good on him,
I
guess.
recently found out that actually has a Wikipedia article, and that's pretty impressive to me.
Oh, I suppose like, I mean, I am watching like the Welcome Home stuff, which like, yeah, I don't know if that's really an ARG.
Really an
that's more
ARG? Even the creator said this isn't
it's
really
not
an ARG.
It's more just an unfolding narrative.
It's what they call unfiction,
Yeah.
where it's
That's about the
a piece
closest
of fiction, multimedia fiction presented in a way where it's like, oh, it's supposed to be kind of like it's real, but it's not.
Right. How did I make Snap? I don't know. I drew him. I grabbed an art pad and went bubbity boop bub bub bub, and then I made the thing.
Blows
That's
my
like
mind.
saying,
You just picked up 3D modeling and were able to make your VTuber model.
Dang.
That's just crazy to me. Considering but this is coming from someone who flunked their 3D modeling class in college 3 times, so.
Now, speaking of a Welcome Home, though, I was just thinking about this. I was informed by Mapley, because both of us have bought much merchandise for the series. I recently got like the Barnaby Beagle plush, which is like massive, and I have no room for it. For God's sake, I need to find a place to like, I don't know, push things out of the way and like make a new shelf for like plushes. Just fucking. Anyway, no. Along with that, I bought the pin set that came along with them, and it's based off of the in-universe like cereal company that they have. You know, so it's like, oh, cereal mascot looking Welcome Home characters, except they're on pins, and it's adorable.
Cute.
But then I was informed by Mapley, the pin for Wally has glow-in-the-dark eyes.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know if they advertise that or not. In fact, I think it'd be funnier if they did.
That's really cool.
And then I went and I checked, and I'm just like, son of a bitch. You're right. And I'm just like, that's some good in-game lore right there. On top of that, another thing. Here's another like, you know, fun little hidden doohickey that I've heard in media recently. Billy Bust Up. I've gone and I've picked up like all the main plushes. I haven't gotten all of them. There's a few glow-in-the-dark variants that I was just like, eh. And you know, there was a special version that like, I think it was like Fantokyo, except it was red for special causes. And I'm like, I don't really have the money, and I don't need to have another plush sitting around, so like, I'll skip that one. But the one that recently came out was, shoot, I think Elaine is the name, who is like the cat pirate captain. And I have been informed that apparently if you take her scarf off of her plush, you can see a scar on the neck, which is interesting because like that's lore. Nobody knew about the scar.
It's a pretty
until,
neat
like,
attention to detail, yeah.
Yeah, right? It's just like, oh my god. Ooh, is there going to be something to that? Only time will tell. I love little meta stuff like that whenever you buy, like, you know, stuff. It tells me that the people that were making the products actually cared and paid attention. gives me a heckin' happy. When was the last time I saw something similar to that? Because I'm sure there were probably some other ones. My friend wants to go live, but I don't, and I don't want to make her sad. Man, if you don't want to, then just tell them that, and they're gonna have to kind of deal with that. You know, like, there's not much they can do about that. If you don't feel like going live and doing stuff live, then don't do it. Don't go live. Or just say, like, you know, they can go live without you. It's fine. It's cool. Some days you just don't feel like being live on the internet, and I get that. I've had certain days like that where I haven't really wanted to come out and stream, but I got a routine, and also I plan these things out weeks in advance, so for me, it's kind of more of a, no, guess we're jumping on board. But yeah, like, if you don't want to be online, if you don't want to be on the internet, don't. And if they feel bad about that, or if they're sad about that, too bad. You know, like, I'm sure they'll get over it. And if they don't, well, that's on them. Oh, well. That's not a very good friend if they're not, like, you know, being able to be respectful and just be like, okay, no, that makes sense. No, you have a solid, night. Have a good night. You know, if they're just like, no, I want to go live and I want you to be there. No. That's me. That's terrible. I guess I don't know how forceful they're being. That's kind of what I'm assuming. Yeah. If I made merch, I would add so much lore details because I love tiny attentions to detail. Yeah. Well, at some point here, like, I have talked about the idea of taking that one funny bit doubloon thing that I'm trying to design and actually, like, putting it into production in some capacity. I think it would be funny, like, you know, I'm 3D printing them at the moment, but I think it also would be funny to actually have it mass-produced if it was at all possible. And then I could, like, actively have it for sale somewhere. I don't know where. Who knows? But the funny thing is that I've actually been... I've been making plans for that thing. Is that, like, you know, obviously... It's not an actual, like, Bitcoin. It doesn't have any actual market value. It's kind of a useless... You know, it's just you're buying a little trinket with bit on it, and that's it. But I am trying to work out a plan for... Actually, I have not talked about this. Come to think of it, I'm going to go and look for a picture real quick. Yeah, let me go look for it. Where was the last place I posted it? I'm a huge person on hidden lore too, says Strawberry. Literally every AU I made has hidden lore within it. I just remembered, I don't think I ever posted the update. I'm putting a pause on making that coin, by the way, just because I'm busy and I got some other stuff I'm working on. You guys saw that I got that one thing. I'm working on, like, 3D printing something for a brother's birthday, so... That's taken up full amounts of my time, because some of the prints on that require, like, 4 or 5 hours on the bed. And I only have a limited time to be able to dedicate to making stuff, so... Here, let me go post these pictures over to... I have a private Discord that is literally just me. And I do nothing with it except test out a few functions on Discord, and also I
those too. I use it for when I'm trying to. I used it for when I'm just like trying to like record footage. I want to have my little
file sharing and also testing out like Discord functionality. So like if I've got a link that I want to 100% make sure embeds properly, I mean it's like I'm gonna test it over here first. Does everybody have a personal Discord where it's just nothing but you in, like, you know, just a little howler box? That's amazing. I love it. Here, I'm going to pull up the the updates on the coin. Just because I think it'd be nice to take a look at. I have not posted these to social media just yet. Mostly because I'm still trying to iron a few things out. There we go. Okay, first off, let's take a look at the front. Ah, huge. There it be. There's the balloon. I've been simplifying the design, mostly because I can only get so much detail into these coins. So, you know, sacrifices need to be made, and you need to make them a little bit, like, less detailed. There we go. So the way that I've kind of planned this out is that, like, okay, so the face is just going to be, you know, me, some, like, wheatgrass on the sides and stuff, and then on the back is where all of, like, the information is going to be. So it's, like, one bit, and then I had a friend who was just like, don't call it a doubloon, call it a loon. And I was like, actually, that's kind of genius. Because I was just like, oh, yeah, so that can be, like, shorthand for doubloon, or, you know, if I want to make jokes about my Canadian friends, and just be like, oh, hey, look, it's short for loony. But anyways, the main thing I'm currently trying to work on here is coming up with a way to, like, make the finish look nice on a 3D printer. And I think I've come up with some good finishes for these. Bit loony. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, one thing I have not talked about on social media, and some of you might find this kind of cool. Let me click on the this one here, move it up a page. Let's zoom in real quick. Now, you see that little symbol on the bottom down there? Is there anybody in the chat that can identify what that symbol means? Diamond says Looney Tunes. Da 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 da. Barp, 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 barp. As a Canadian, I approve of this. I'm waiting to see if anybody, like, cues into this, being like, oh, I know.
Alright, so I got a matchup for you.
A matchup?
Yeah.
And what does
Death
it say?
battle!
Oh, okay.
Alright, get this. Boyfriend versus shopkeeper.
Boyfriend versus shopkeeper.
Boyfriend,
What boyfriend?
from Friday Night Funkin'
Oh, okay.
versus the shopkeeper from Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Oh, I wouldn't know how that would go. I think that'd be kind of cool, though. Also, Nova says, what is Looney Tunes? Don't make me feel old. Do you know that, have you seen those petitions for, like, you know, releasing Coyote versus Acme? That one movie with Wile E. Coyote in it? I don't know if you've seen those, but that's Looney Tunes. The thing with Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and Porky Pig and all of those characters. Please, for the love of all that is holy, tell me you know at least one of those. Anyway. Space Jam! Yeah, there we go, Space Jam. Do you remember Space Jam? There was Space Jam 2! Please, somebody tell me I'm not old.
You're not old. Otherwise, I'm old too.
No, I'm... From an internet standpoint, I'm ancient. I know that for a fact. Anyway, back to this coin situation. No, again, I asked, what the heck is that symbol on the bottom? Does anybody know what the heck it is? I'll tell you what it is. It is the current version of the Near Field Communications logo. Or it's the, it's like a version. Inside this little coin. Now this is based off of like some engineering that somebody else did. I'm not gonna claim to own this particular trick, but the person I got this print from, they engineered it so that there is a little space on the inside of this coin. You can buy a set of like NFC stickers, If you don't know what NFC is, do you know Amiibo? That's basically what it is. Like, it's just like the near field communication technology that Amiibo use. It's just a tiny little coil thing, and it's like stamped on the inside of Amiibos. Well, you can buy those coils, and they're really cheap. Like, you can buy a pack of 50 of those things for like $10. Then, with this 3D print, you pause the 3D print, and then you stick the sticker inside of the thing, and then you print the rest of the coin along with it, and it embeds the NFC sticker on the inside of it. So, you can take this coin right here, and you can scan it using the back of your smartphone, or whatever device you have that can scan NFC. And I'm programming them so that they send you directly to my YouTube page. So, like, not only is it a coin, it's like, it's some practical stuff too. You know, it's a nice little trinket, but it's also something that you could actually use if you wanted to. And I really like that as a concept. Yeah, going back to what we were talking about earlier, like, I like having little, you know, little Easter egg things. Stuff, you know, little novelty fun things. I doubt many people would actually use the coin to go and watch my YouTube. Like, let's be real. You're probably just going to go onto your browser and look it up. But just the fact that you can do it, I think is kind of a nice little touch. Anyway, I thought that would be kind of a nice thing to do. And if I were to mass manufacture these things, I would try and figure out a way that maybe I would be able to pull off doing the exact same thing. Because I think that would be a nice little, bonus. NFC, Skylanders for real-life function. Yeah, Skylanders use them too. Basically, any of those game systems where they use, like, you know, you tap something to a little receptacle, or, you know, all the modern ones, I'll say. There are a few games out there that came up with different ways to do that, but the main one that actually works and works really well is NFC. Duck season! Wabbit season! Yeah, that one. Those guys. That's Looney Tunes. Thank God. I'm not by my lonesome. To be fair, I don't think Warner Brothers would ever let the Looney Tunes outright and completely die. I think they're always going to keep them in pop culture somehow. It's just like, you know, they don't want to work on new property because nobody wants to watch the new stuff. All they want is the classics. Freaking jerks. You do realize those classics came from somewhere, right? It came from, you know, noteworthy artists that actually wanted to create and make something entertaining that would eventually become a classic. You know, you need to eventually let people do that, right? Right, Warner Brothers? Maybe it'd be nice for some of those things to actually come out. Don't really know much about the show or the characters, but I know a lot about stuff when it comes to the old Looney Tunes reviews animatronic show? What? I don't know about that. What? What Looney Tunes animatronic? What's it? I mean, I know about Looney Tunes. I watched a lot of, like, the older Looney Tunes cartoons on, like, Cartoon Network back in the day. Like, one thing that I really like about Cartoon Network was that Cartoon Network, like, they actually really cared about the history of cartoons. Like, they had entire big old chunks of blocks dedicated to showing off older cartoons. And these blocks were sort of, like, designed to teach you about them as well. You know, just being like, here's the history behind these cartoons as they came out. Kiss my ass, big company producers. Bingo. Oh, Boomerang. Yeah, right? Boomerang? God, I don't... See, I think I had Boomerang for a brief period of time while my family was trying out satellite TV. And then we just hated satellite TV because we hated the idea of, like, you know, we would lose TV reception and internet. It's just like none of it would work whenever there was a storm. And we were like, yeah, we don't like that. Screw that. I think eventually we moved over to cable, and then after that I was spoiled, and I'm like, nope, I'm a cable child. Must have cable. No more satellite. Cannot do it. Lived out far enough that it was the only option. Oh, man. I don't think I'd be able to live anywhere that, like, doesn't have a cable option. So that means that I have to stick around with society somehow. As much as I would love to be able to live out in the sticks and just, you know, like the remainder of my days not interacting with any stupid human beings. I unfortunately cannot do that. Costco teriyaki noodles. Interesting. I remember one time, oh god, so this was like the old age. So this was like before my family moved over to like cable stuff. I think at one point we decided that we wanted to try out something else. Because we were like, okay, satellite internet isn't working, so let's actually wait. Oh, I think this might have been like the step before we moved over to satellite internet. I think I remember this. So this was like our first breath into something other than, you know, old dial-up internet. We attempted to use Clearwire. If you have never used Clearwire, if it's still an option, don't... Bleh! I'm talking about Clearwire here, don't be rude. Anyway, if Clearwire is even still a thing, don't do it. Don't get it. Not worth it. I can't imagine it's even still available or even still exists, but I don't know. If anybody feels like it, go out and look up Clearwire and see if it's still around. Who knows? I've had a thing thrown at me. Thank you for the duck. Is this House Flipper? Yeah, totally. We're about to flip these flowers straight up. I mean, look, they were a terrible red paint, and now we're painting them pink. Look at me go. Lost my duck again. It's my duck. It's your fault that you keep throwing the duck at me. I claim ownership of the duck. I deserve it. Again, you keep on throwing it at me and potentially giving me brain damage.
Everybody
Give
loves
it back.
Dane Bramage.
Dane Bramage, yeah, exactly. Can you not just clean everything with the water, or do you actually have to switch tools? You could technically switch tools if you wanted to. Like, technically. I freaking Boba. Anyway, technically, there's other stuff too, like this funny thing, which sprays in, like, you know, triple layer. It's working kind of well, honestly. You can also, like, get extension poles so you can spray a little bit farther away from you. Like, that. There's a lot of things that you can do in Power Wash Sim. What was that other one? Oh, yeah, right, the spinny thing. For hard-to-reach places. I don't know. I guess for me, I've done it the old-fashioned way of using the yellow nozzle for a long time. So for me, I'm just like, yes, this is the satisfying one. I can't play this game as satisfying as it is because it just makes me feel bad that I'm not actually cleaning something. You know, we talked about this a little bit earlier tonight. We discussed, like, I got a friend who was just like, why are you playing the Power Wash Simulator game when you could literally take your money, go out and buy a power washer, and then you could take the thing and you could, like, clean your driveway, or, like, you know, clean the sides of your house, or you could take your power washer and you can go over to your neighbor's house and be like, hey, I have this power washer, don't you have something that needs to be cleaned? I can clean it for you for a little money, and then you could clean their stuff, and it would be really satisfying, and then you would get money from it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, but then I won't have the opportunity to clean Wonderland. How many people do you know that can take their power washer and head to, like, Alice in Wonderland territory? Yeah, I'm sorry. Or, other question, how many opportunities do you get to clean up a DeLorean from Back to the Future? I don't play this game because I want to actively clean something. I want to do it because I'm just like, ooh, hey, I would love to be able to, like, you know, clean a specific item from a specific, like, universe or a specific, a specific property. Or just, I want to clean up the goofy things that the developers were like, yeah, this would be funny to clean. You also have the gun, the guy is using. What gun are we talking about? I mean, I have a power washer. What gun are we... You don't use guns in a power washing game. Oh, they should add the TARDIS as a cleaning option. Well, hey, you know, they've done sci-fi related things in the past, so never say never. One day, they might go ahead and do something like that. I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's only a matter of time before they start getting into some, like, big properties. Like, they already have SpongeBob. They have Warhammer 40K. Like, they have Final Fantasy-related stuff. Back to the Future. And, like, I have to imagine that those properties were successful. And they can take those numbers and they can be like, hey, Hollywood! And I think it'd be really funny if you... Okay, how crazy would it be? I don't know how they would pull this off, like, in-game. But how crazy would it be if they allowed you to clean the TARDIS, and then allowed you to open the TARDIS, and then walk inside the TARDIS, and then clean everything inside of it? Now, that would require, like, some crazy, like, I don't know, manipulation of the camera, or, like, you know, spawn points of the character. But that would be neat. I want it. I would actually play that game. Also depend on which TARDIS. There are more than one TARDIS? I didn't know that, actually. I'm only like a Doctor Who observer. Like, I know of the fact it exists, and I respect the heck out of it. Power washing something from Half-Life or Portal. You know, I mean, Steam has always been great when it comes to doing, you know, little, like, homages and, you know, like, little cameos and things. So, yeah, that wouldn't be hard. At least I don't think it would be hard. The interior... Oh, the interior. Okay. It changes depending on who is using it. Some interiors stay for multiple doctors, but for the most part, it changes between regenerations. I thought you meant there was a different police box. Oh, okay. No, I knew that. And also, you know, it's convenience for the writers to just be able to say, like, oh, hey, yeah, the TARDIS changed as well. Totally, yeah. Just be like, no, it's totally not because we have a different budget or because we have, like, you know, a different studio making this particular Doctor Who. No, not whatsoever. A different police box on the inside. Come to think of it, police boxes. Is that even a thing that exists in Britain anymore? I feel like it wouldn't be. Seems a bit silly. Like, nowadays, everybody's got a phone and everybody can call 999. Like, why... Kind of like, you know, regular phone, like, you know, telephone boxes. I feel like that's kind of technology or a concept that has probably phased out. Or maybe I'm crazy. Like, maybe there is actual function to it. I don't know who would use that aside from, like, you know, people that don't have homes, but...
It's a payphone. It's for drug dealers and fugitives from the law, which we are.
Fair. Bit, did
You know that
hear
line,
about the owner of Skibbity Toilet sending a DMCA to Gary's mod? I did hear about that, and by the way, let's stop for a moment and talk about that. I'm going to take a lot of wind out of your sail right now and tell you that was fake. That wasn't real. I have actually seen some screenshots from apparently the from Defuct Boom's Discord account. And Defuct Boom has directly said that, hey, is there any way that I can get in touch with Gary? Like, that is totally not me. And apparently there is somebody who is pretending that they are Defuct Boom and representing him and his lawyers. It's not him. And in fact, you know what? That makes a lot of sense considering it would be absolutely batshit insane if the fuck boom thought he could possibly get away with that, which he wouldn't have. So you know what? It kind of makes more sense that this is a fake. And that's actually one of the reasons why I decided not to say anything about it, because I'm like, let's see how this pans out. And as it turns out, yeah, that was not actually the case. So by all means, if you hear anybody spreading that around and being like, did you hear the fuck boom went and tried to sue the guys who make Steam? They don't, and they didn't. Relax. Also, Quill has just followed. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. So yeah, shut down that narrative right away. Like, I will absolutely hold something over somebody's head if they do something, like, legitimately. Like, I've heard that apparently the fuck boom in the past has not been very nice when it comes to, you know, like, ownership things and things. Like, he's been very adamantly angry about the, you know, like, those channels on YouTube that take his stuff and, you know, they use Skibidi Toilet for, like, click bait videos and things, and I think I heard that he did try and take those down with DMCA takedowns, but a couple, I mean, I don't want to say that DMCA takedowns via YouTube aren't manipulated and aren't, yeah, people definitely, like, take advantage of those too, but, like, I will say that is leagues different than, like, actually sending a legit, like, lawyer-written DMCA takedown on Gabe, not Gabe Newell, frickin', oh, Gary. Frickin' Gary Newman, I think is his name. Yeah, very different, with that. There were some people that were, you know, during that whole rigmarole, there were people that were like, Gabe Newell, hey, wake up, do something about this, file some lawsuits back, countersuit, Jesus Christ. You can't possibly use models from a pre-existing IP in an engine not owned by you and then think that you can DMCA people. That's so tough, man. I really don't know. It really depends, like, I guess it opens up the question of, like, at what point does something stop being its original form factor and it becomes, like, art, or it becomes, like, a different established thing? That's so tough. Like, copyright law is such a complicated demon. And it's hard for me to say immediately that, like, oh, the Skibidi Toilet guy does not deserve to have, like, you know, rights on Skibidi Toilet and to be able to enforce copyright rights on Skibidi Toilet. Like, I don't know. Because I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, well, yeah, technically it is a completely different idea outside of what Gary's mod originally was. It's outside of anything that, like, you know, Valve isn't doing anything with it. Are you kidding me? You know, like, they didn't come up with that concept. And you could technically say that the engines, like Gary's mod and like the video game and like the, you know, those were used, oh, in SFM, those were used in the creation of those things. Does he technically, you know, I don't know if he owns the direct assets to be able to sell them, but the concept itself of Skibidi, I think he might have a little bit of flexibility with that one. Hard to say. It's kind of one of those, a lawyer is going to have to step in and just be like, okay, here's the deal, guys. Or maybe, like, new precedents need to be set. You know, like, maybe, like, certain laws need to be overlooked. Actually, no, looked over again and just be like, should we allow this? Is this something that should be allowed? It's a big question. I don't know. Kind of hot take, but if someone made a short movie out of Legos, does that mean that they can't claim their storytelling as art? It's hard to say. I mean, I don't know if they'd be able to sell their movie, considering Lego would probably come out of the woodwork and destroy them. It's hard to say. I guess you'd have to bring it to court, and you would have to, like, you'd have to argue in court whether or not your creation could be misinterpreted as Lego. Considering Lego in and of itself is a very recognizable thing in pop culture, if anybody saw Legos in a movie or, you know, in TV, I think somebody could be misconstrued as to thinking that this, you know, something that has Lego in it could be potentially officially, like, supported by Lego, which maybe it's not. It's hard to say. And Skibidi Toilet is, like, so freaking manipulated and creepy and strange. I don't know a lot of people that would have recognized it from anything other than itself. He's weird. I think this one's just going to have to go to a courtroom. I don't know. I constantly hear about how odd copyright law is. Yep. I found out a while back that if a copyright isn't pursued on an item, that it's basically forfeit or something like that. I'm not sure if that's copyright. I think that might be trademark. If I am remembering correctly. I think we talked about that on a previous stream. Now, don't take this as any legal advice, because I'm not a lawyer. But I think we were talking about this with Pierce. And he mentioned that, like, copyright doesn't actually need to be defended the same way that trademark does. With trademark, if you don't defend a trademark, then yeah, that could actually be taken away. Copyright, I don't think can be in the exact same way. It just goes to show, this is another one of those stupidly complicated things. Sent an image of some of the characters in my newest AU in the art channel. Oh, nice. One character does have a piece of hidden lore. Gotta love that hidden lore. I am working with a couple of different projects here and there, and I do have tiny bits of creative freedom over a few things within my work with them. And I will say, I do pay close attention to a bunch of, like, the lore-related things with the characters. And every once in a while, I will come up with an idea or a concept for that character as I'm working with it. And then I'll put my own little extra touches or sprinkles onto it. And then, like, I'll nudge somebody a little bit later being like, hey, did you notice, like, this little element right here? Yeah, I did that because that ties back with this part of their lore. And then they look back at me like, you genius. I think about this stuff. I love getting complicated with people's, like, backstories and stuff. May I diverge and ask a question unrelated? Do you ever feel pressured to do Snatcher play streams because those are your most popular videos? Sometimes. I think I talked about this on a previous live stream that I did. And I'm going to go on a record just... I'm going to go on the record for this many times, honestly. I have a lot of fun when it comes to those Snatcher Play streams. However, they are something that I want to, like, step back from for a number of reasons. One of them being that I think I've kind of exhausted it. There's not much else that I can really do with it. It's just sort of like a, haha, Snatcher Plays video game thing. Can't really go anywhere with that. Like, it's not really my property, and I don't have much else that I can really accomplish or do with it at this point. Aside from just, here we go, we're doing it again for the next, for the next year in a row. It's fun, but I don't think I can really do much with it at this point, so I've kind of bookended that for the most part. I'm not saying it'll never happen again, but I will say that I have less interest in attempting to try and do more of it because I just feel like there's not a whole lot that I can do with it. But the other thing that I definitely want to mention, though, is, at first, one of the things that kind of kept me from doing more Snatcher Plays was because, like, I had found out that, like, Youngtown started doing Snatcher streams where he was doing Snatcher stuff, and I'm like, oh, man, the king. And I'm like, oh, man. Like, at the end of the day, that was kind of his territory. Like, he is the Snatcher. Even though, like, I have done the voice for the Snatcher in official DLC content for Hat in Time. At the end of the day, like, it's kind of his character and his baby, and I don't want to step on any toes with that one. Kind of want to, like, just let him have the reins on that. So for me, I kind of just shrugged and said, yeah, I don't really need to do Snatcher Plays much anymore. And honestly, kind of want to just enjoy his Snatcher streams, frankly. If he picked it up, I wouldn't want to step on any toes. Well, thing is, things have changed. And now there kind of aren't any toes to step on whatsoever, for the most part. So this happened not too long ago, and this was, I don't know how far and wide Youngtown made the announcement related to this. However, he recently did a spontaneous Snatcher stream not too long ago, and he had a heck of a lot of fun with it, and a lot of people had a lot of fun with it. Apparently during that one stream, though, he did sort of goof around and came up with like a goofy lore reason as to, why certain events were taking place during it. And apparently after that stream had ended, he got contacted by Gears for Breakfast. Somebody who represents them, at least. I don't know who. It was probably somebody like directly going up to him, frankly, just because I'm sure that they're big, close friends. But they basically told him that they would like him to stop doing those Snatcher streams. Mainly because Snatcher, like, he is very canonically the Snatcher. And the problem with him doing these streams is that when people watch him do them, and if he does anything sort of like off kilter or different with the character, a lot of people kind of associate or try to connect it with it being in canon or lore, which that's not what it is. He was just kind of his own independent agent, kind of doing his own thing. But, it's still being misconstrued as being like legit. And so they asked that he kind of stops doing that. And he respectfully said that, yes, he was going to. So, no more Snatcher streams are going to be happening with Youngtown, unfortunately. And in light of the fact that this happened, I have even more incentive to... Keep in mind, I kind of solidified and made my decision that I was done with my Snatcher streams quite a while ago, even before Gears for Breakfast came out on record to talk to Youngtown about that. But now I have even more of a reason to not do those, because I'm like, okay, so yeah, they've officially stated that they kind of don't want people to do that. Or, at the very least, like, they definitely don't want to muddy the water when it comes to the lore of the character. And, as much as I've been really humble about me being like, oh no, I'm not really Snatcher, I'm just like sort of the schmuck that's, picking up the mask of playing Snatcher. Let's be real. Now that I've been in official DLC, in some official capacity, I am Snatcher. So I need to respect that, and I need to be very careful about what I do in relation to making anything Snatcher related in the future. That's one of the big reasons why I have not done as many Snatcher related things as I have. So, there's reasons behind a lot of the things that I do. I'm not going to say they're all great reasons. In this case, however, I think I've got some very solid reasons for why I will not do any more Snatcher-related content. It's not that I don't love the character, and it's not that I don't love Hat in Time. It's the fact that at the end of the day, Gears are kind of the only people that really have the strength and the authority to make decisions about the characters. I don't want to be, I don't want to kick that nest, you know what I mean? Like, I want to give them that creative freedom, and I want them to know that I respect the character and, and their own flexibility with it, so I'm stepping back on that one, I was even gonna make a joke that you should crash a Youngtown stream as the conductor. That'd be freaking amazing. Though I would really want Xander Mobus to do that, though. I so badly want to hear Xander Mobus do more silly conductor stuff. A la Gorilla's 2D's voice actor getting some lore wrong in some segments. It's something I've been curious about for a while. I didn't know about that. Interesting. These are very reasonable reasons. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, it's not like I'm gonna stop doing Snatcher stuff. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is I'm being incredibly careful with it now. If anything, I got no problem with doing some extra Snatcher-related stuff when it comes to if anybody wants me to do some Snatcher voices for a Hat in Time mod. Oh, dude. Like, I don't care if I ever get paid for that or not. It's fine. I don't care. I am very happy and like really excited with the Hat in Time community. And for the most part, if somebody can pitch to me an idea that I am really, really excited about, or something that I can get behind, I might just go ahead and do the work, like the Snatcher work for a Hat in Time mod. Like, if somebody's got a creative spark, and if I can see it, I might just go for it. You know? Like, I don't really ask to be paid for the position of doing Snatcher in any, like, unofficial capacity. On top of that, like, keep in mind, we've heard, like, close to nothing in relation to any creator DLC content, aside from the one creator DLC that was released for Vanessa's Curse. However, in the event, sometime in the future, if somebody were to create creator DLC that involved the Snatcher, I'd be on board. Like, give me a call, guys. I'd love to show up. I would love to make another appearance. Are you kidding me? That'd be great. I'd love to show up and yell into a microphone again. That'd be exciting. So, you know, it's kind of weird. It's like, I'm sure that for most people, Gears for Breakfast probably shrugs and is just like, whatever. It's just somebody making something funny on the internet. You know, not much we can do about it. Whatever. But, like, the second that you become, like, even a little bit more canon, the stakes change. You know? And they have for me. But I think they've changed in a good way. In a really positive way. So, you know. What other voices have you done in an official capacity? Snatcher's kind of the only one, really. Like, I've done conducted voices, but I'm not really great when it comes to my Scottish accent. I've done the... I've done the crows, which, I don't know, I'm not great with that. I've done Mafia. And I do know, like, I've done some Mafia-related voices for, like, mods and things. Mostly a lot of the work that I've ended up doing in the Hat in Time modding community has been, like, exactly that. You know, just fan recordings of characters for mods, you know. You only voice acted in Hat in Time, nothing else? Nothing yet. I'm not going to say that's going to be the only thing I'm ever going to voice in. If anything, I have been trying out in a lot of different projects. Oh, there is one. Actually, there is one series that I've lent my voice to. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it's left my head. It's been a while since I've done it. That's kind of the problem. I more or less kind of just did my own voice for this one character. Really impressive considering how good your delivery was on the Snatcher lines, and I'm being mad serious about that. Man, here's the thing. Like, the Snatcher delivery and all of, like, the excitement regarding the Snatcher, it's nice. But is it impressive from a voice acting standpoint? I don't know about that. Because, like, any old schmuck could slap a filter onto their voice and, you know, bada boom, bada bing. You've got something kind of impressive going on. It's another thing to step into the realm of voice acting, where, like, you kind of have to rely on your own voice and your own capabilities. And I've had friends who have been very supportive, who basically say, like, dude, you've got some amazing range, and you're really great at, like, you know, deliveries and things. And also, you exude a lot of personality on the screen. And, hey, that's really awesome to hear, and I'm really happy to hear people say that. And I'm totally going to continue to keep working on that, and, you know, keep on working on my delivery, keep working on my performance, and I'm going to keep on trying out for stuff. You know, like, you just kind of gotta keep working at that grindstone until eventually you find some more things that eventually, you know, get you attention or, like, get you noticed by people. There's always room to grow, but I think you have a good ability to project while also staying very clear, which is not a common skill. Hey, thank you. I have worked very hard on that one. The delivery will be different to you because you were a part of the process. I thought it was nice, but I find anyone involved with the process who has humility will always undervalue the end product. Yeah, I mean, it is true that, like, you know, when it's nice to be humble, but yeah, like, you're going to look at your own work and just be like, yeah, it wasn't that big a deal. I know that it's probably a huge deal for some people. I'm not going to pretend that. But I'm also not going to pretend that's, like, it's not what it is. Me yelling into a microphone. Inside of a sound booth that is literally a closet. How many more stuff needs to be taken care of out here? It's mostly all done. I'm sure there's just a bunch of tiny spots that I haven't touched up on. Always important to balance pride in your work and a list of things that you want to improve on. Right. You can never look at yourself as 100% perfect, because the second you do, that's when, you know, narcissism starts to creep in. And you don't want to get to that point. I myself am not a voice actor. I cannot give super specific feedback besides it sounded good, because what sounds good to me might not sound good to others. Well, that's another thing, too. Like, who knows, like, what you're going to end up... Yeah, whatever a producer is going to end up wanting at the end of the day. For all you know, you might want something that sounds really stilted. I don't know. Or something strange. If anything, that can almost be the appeal of, you know, the acting behind somebody's voice. Just look at Christopher Walken. I'm trying to remember some good Christopher Walken lines. I mean, there's the obvious one. I got a fever. And the prescription is more power washing. There we go. Liz here. How are you, Bit? Sorry if I keep asking you that. No, it's fine. Thank you, Eliza. Elizabeth. And also, hold on a second. Where I saw that a thing happened. I don't know, do I just shoot directly at the head from here? Fine. Also, Spookiest of Souls resubscribed for 15 months. Spookiest of Souls. Who are you? What have you changed your name to? Also, I've had some trouble finding VA stuff and only recently got a cool opportunity. But that's really my only gig I've had aside from my own stuff. I keep my own little list that I have of things for me to improve and work on. Hey, very nice. I hit that uncomfortable watch up his ass. Yeah, I remember that one. How do these statues even get dirty? I don't know. It seems like everything in this universe just gets left alone for indefinite periods of time. Oh, you were Kygo's live before. Ah, gotcha. Been a while since I've caught a stream. Well, hello. Welcome to the show. And there you go, Queen of Hearts. That's intimidating. Ugh. Creepy. Anyway. So I gotta go ahead and, accused stand pedestal. Did I seriously not clean that all the way? Oh, this guy. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, I know I've auditioned for a couple of things. So here's another thing when it comes to voice acting. I've slowly kind of been learning and understanding this over time, and I totally agree with this. Sometimes voice acting, it kind of just comes down to who you know. That sucks, because that's nepotism, and that sucks. That's terrible. But it's true, unfortunately. Like, yeah, it kind of is all about finding some person who knows you, who can back you up, who can, like, you know, give other producers a thumbs up and be like, yeah, this the guy, he's good. that's a tough answer, because that's, for a lot of people, it's just like, okay, well then how the heck do you get your hat in the door if you can't, like, you know, impress people? Like, you need to actually be able to get a spot in voice acting in order for you to be able to get, like, roles in voice acting. That sucks. I agree. Yeah, it really sucks. But that's kind of the reality of it. Yeah, you sadly do need to just kind of, like, it's weird. It's straight. It's like, I mean, it's a catch-22, you know? You need to get work in order to get more work, which is stupid. What would happen if you went in the water? I'm of the so it's either nothing, and I'm just fine, you know, and I come out the other side just safe and sound, or other side of things, I dissolve and basically become whatever body of water that was. And in the event that that's the case, be scared if I ever find the ocean. The only thing I have aside from my own stuff is from people I used to do volunteer work for that I became good friends with. So, you know what? Like, that is a huge asset at the end of the day. Like, you never know who you're working with. Like, you don't know whether or not, like, the people that you're working with right now are going to end up leading you into a situation where suddenly you have, like, a major role in a major studio somewhere. Very rarely are you going to get an opportunity where, like, oh, hey, suddenly you're in a Ghibli film. Or, like, oh, all of a sudden you've, like, hit some hit cartoon on Cartoon Network. Or, oh, you have like, this major thing in a Hollywood film. That kind of doesn't happen. At least, you know, usually, at least in this day and age, it happens on accident. And it's just kind of one of those, you have to have faith and keep moving forward. Great example. One of my buddies that I have been buddies with for a little while here, Synthetic Charm, I've been, like, you know, working with him back and forth for a number of different things. And in general, I've had a lot of fun just sort of goofing off, being in voice chats, and, you know, just, like, enjoying shooting the breeze and just being good friends. And then one day, he ended up, like, seeing this audition for this one thing, and he was just like, oh, hey, other voice actor friends of mine, do you guys want to audition for this thing? It looks kind of cool, and I think we should jump on board with it. It's this little indie project called Welcome Home. And I'm like, okay, curious, interesting, I'll go for it. So I did audition for Welcome Home at one point. I think I attempted to try and go for, what was it? What did I end up going for? I think I ended up going for Howdy Pillar. You know, good old Howdy Pillar. And I ended up going for, I think maybe Barnaby. Possibly. Or Wally? Maybe I think I went for like 3 characters, honestly. I think I went maybe like for Wally, Barnaby, and Howdy. Because I had no idea what tone of voice they wanted for any of them. So I went with it. I tried out as many of them as I could. I ended up not getting any roles whatsoever, which really sucks. I at least wanted to get one of them. But my buddy Synth ended up getting 2 roles. He is Howdy Pillar, and he is also Barnaby B. Beagle. Like, he succeeded in getting some, like, pretty awesome roles there. And then they started, you know, doing the old, like, you know, rollout of the series. The prequel dropped, and it blew up. It got freaking huge. So huge, in fact, that they managed to convince Makeshift to make the Wally Darling plushes. And the Wally Darling plushes are one of the most successfully sold plushes in the entire line of Makeshift ever. Aside from, like, maybe 2 other plushes. They're definitely within the top 3. So to say they're successful is an understatement. And so, and what ended up happening was, the Welcome Home project was, it really was not intended to be a project that was slated for making any money whatsoever. But now that it has made money, and because Clown is just such a freaking nice individual, they went and they cut the profits for the makeshift plushies pretty evenly between all of the actors, because it was just like, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys and believing in me, so here you go, enjoy. And yeah, those actors they're doing significantly well right now. On top of that, now that they have been a part of this big production, one that like they can actually put on their resume, a lot of these actors are actively getting roles now. So, you know, for example, I know that Synth has actually managed to net a couple more really significant roles within a couple of video games. And he's got a few things up his sleeve that I know are NDA that he can't tell me. And, like, I am so grateful for him. Like, that is a huge thing. That is the dream. That is, like, everybody who does voice acting is just waiting for that one opportunity where things turn out. And for him, it ended up on a project that, like, nobody really expected was going to go anywhere or get big. It was just, they were making something that they loved because they love the art of making. And you know what? Sometimes you just have to do that. Sometimes you just have to throw your hat into the ring and cross your fingers and hope you end up hitching yourself onto a boat that takes off. You never know, man. And so for me, it's kind of one of those, all right, yeah, if I end up getting a big opportunity, that's great. But I'm more interested in keeping my eyes peeled for stuff that I look at and I go, that looks like it's got promise. Or, I vibe with that really well. Or like, I feel like I have a good connection with that. I have gone and auditioned for many, many things that are similar to that. Unfortunately, because I don't really have my foot in the door, I haven't really gotten any of those roles. And I'm sure a lot of roles ended up going towards some people that had a little bit more, again, nepotism. I hate to say it, but nepotism, big part of it. Great example, actually. We're talking about Alice-related stuff. There was this one project, I'm trying to remember what it was called, but it was basically an Alice in Wonderland-related kind of thing. Except it was like sort of Alice in Wonderland, except more sort of like cyberpunk-ish aesthetic. And it looked really freaking cool. And I tried out for a couple of the roles with that one. Specifically, I remember one of them was the Cheshire Cat. And I was really excited to try out for this one because I'm like, man, if I can land this role, that would be freaking awesome. I'm looking forward to this. Like, even if it doesn't go anywhere, this role looks fun. I want to do it. And so I waited to see what the results were. I didn't get any emails back. And eventually I found out that no, I did not get the role because the announcements came out for what the roles, who ended up getting the roles. And I found out that the person who ended up getting the Cheshire Cat, Michael motherfucking Kovac. Which, if people don't know who Michael Kovac is, he is the voice for several people, including he was the pilot voice for Angel Dust in Hazbin Hotel, as well as he is also the voice of Fantokyo in Billy Bus Stop, as well as he is in many other indie projects as well. And I found out that he ended up getting the role for the Cheshire Cat, and I'm like, deserved.
He's also Jax in Digital Circus. That's actually like probably my favorite role of his.
Oh, you smug bastard. But anyway,
he's so good at smug bastards. That's like his brand.
I found out that he got that role, and I'm like, I had no shot. Cool. Like, if he goes for that role, like, yeah, I'm not gonna get it. Are you kidding me? But sadly, yeah, that's kind of one of those things that, like, you have to get lucky, man. You need to net a role, and then you need to have a name for yourself, and you need to be able to take whatever it is that you've done and, pitch yourself. And sadly, I need a resume before I can do that. And there's only so much resume that I can have when it comes to, I was this ghost character in this one thing, and it technically wasn't even my voice to begin with, it was somebody else's. You know? Like, I guess it's impressive on certain levels, but, like, it's technically not really my own voice or my own character or my own role. And I genuinely don't think I'm going to get anywhere until I finally get that one role. And it's going to happen. I'm going to keep on going for it, and I'm going to keep on attempting to audition for things, and I'm just hoping that, like, at some point, somebody's going to see what I do, and they're going to enjoy it. Or something about the tone of my voice is going to register on somebody who's making some sort of a project somewhere. You know? You can only try, man. But anyway, where is this thing that I'm trying to clean? There's so many tiny corners around here that I just have not managed to pull off. Oh. This thing? What? This path right here? Is this it? Yeah, it's flashing. What? I have so much brain rot from Haspin, and now the hyperfixation bug bit me hard. Man, I was really interested in Haspin during the pilot, but I stopped watching it just because, after a while I was like, I don't know if it's really something I'm super interested in. Like, I don't hate it, but it's also something that I'm kind of like, yeah, but do I love it? It's for some people, but I don't think it is for me. I mean, the effort that's gone into making Haspin Hotel is insane. Yeah, gotta give him that. Okay, where is the other or I see you, you smelly bastard. Become clean. There we go. Oh, finally. Okay, we're back. We're down to the final ones here. Garden wall, raised beds. Raised beds, you said? What are those?
Raised beds for flowers?
Huh. Probably. Oh, found it. There we go. Barnaby versus Hat Kid in a joke contest. Hat Kid doesn't really talk. I think Barnaby would still win. Like, Barnaby would win, I feel. The throne dominoes. I didn't do all the dominoes? Okay. Which ones? That one. Smelly. And finally, the Queen of Hearts statue rabbits. I figured one of them might be the ones that weren't clean yet. Because surprisingly, these things are a little bit awkward to clean. Yay! We done. Alrighty. Complete the Queen of Hearts. Who stole... Alright. You look at me go, zoom! Crazy bastard. Oh, it's the White Rabbit. Oh my, that's quite the transformation. I'm sure the Queen won't completely hate it. Although, on second thoughts, based on the color of her cheeks as she stomped off, and the color of those roses now, maybe not. I don't suppose it had checked her mind that her adorable red roses were painted on. Oh, somebody's in trouble. Somebody's fucked. Discretion is often the better half of valor, so I'd scarper sharpish before they abandon their ridiculous hunt for Alice. Hurry, hurry, hurry! Back to the rabbit hole for you, my friend! Yeah, I gotta get the heck out of here. Hooray! We did it! We did the thing. We've cleaned all of Wonderland! One of my friends thought that Hat Kid was Billy. Honest mistake. Nyum! Speedy guy. Well, Wonderland is clean, but that doesn't mean that we are done with the stuff involved with the power washing. For example, we have a couple of things that we need to clean, including, I believe, cruise ship sun deck. I think we've already done, Santa's workshop. Haven't done the cruise ship work deck, but then also in career mode, I believe it's in bonus jobs. There is a new pack called the Muckingham Files Part 4, and I believe that has got some add-on is available for purchase. I freaking... Did I ever do Muckingham Files Part 3? Supposedly, it's not even in here. I need to look into this. Okay, looks like we're going to be doing some Muckingham Files stuff. But yeah, we got some other stuff that we need to take care of. Let's see. Frame drops. We lost about 169 nice frames. So, it's not bad. Like, it's better than losing, like, thousands of them during a stream. That would suck. Alright. Well, we have kind of hit the end of the night, so to speak. So, I'm going to head over to the end screen, unplug my tracker unit. Hot thing. Alright. So, plans for next week. I've been apologizing for a lot of things lately, and I hate to apologize for that, but I apologize for apologizing. We ended up missing the previous stream on Wednesday. What was that? I'm trying to remember what it was that I couldn't do on Wednesday. What was it? Was it... Did it have something to do with the internet? God, I don't remember. Brain hurt. I've had a lot of, like, you know, cancellations for my stream that unfortunately have happened. But, yeah, I want to dive back into doing more Sam and Max Save the World, and I am really enjoying myself with that. We got to do a little bit more of that. On top of this, I also...
Enjoying the Sammy Max.
The Sammy Max is fun. So then I need to finish up the Undertale stuff, which, yeah, Storm last night kind of cut me short, which I am kind of frustrated about. I was in the middle of a fun boss fight there. But yeah, we're going to get back into the boss fight on that one, and then we're going to keep on trucking with Undertale Yellow. And then, yeah, we're going to do some more Muckingham Files stuff, I suppose. I'm going to see if, I don't think I have part 3. Yeah, Submarine and Aquarium. But what is the Muckingham Part 4? Is this, like, brand new stuff I didn't even know about? Modern Mansion and Fireplane? I didn't know these came out. That must have happened, like, recently. What the heck? Alright, we got a lot of stuff to do in Power Wash Simulator. Okay. I wonder if it costs any money. That doesn't matter to me. Power wash! Wash all the things. Alright, I'm going to take off. So, have a good night, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Hello?
I bit.
Alright, good night. Is Kyle still here? Good night, Nova is out. Okay, Kyle, hello? Have you gone to take a shower? Either that or he passed out, I don't know. I'm gonna make the assumption that he's off and about. This is fine. Well, I'm going to say goodnight in his place. Okay, thank you guys for coming out. Have a very good night. See you later. Here's a spin of a fidget toy for you. That wasn't very, like, audibly pleasant. You know what? Here. This thing's more fun. It's like I'm jingling keys. Hey, look at the funny thing. I'm out. See you later.